Hey everybody, it's me, Jum Jumington, former CEO of Jumington Dynamics, broadcasting live from the Jumington Dynamics Auxiliary Hazardous Material Storage Facility, Lord, on this fine Monday evening, at least I hope it's Monday. I always have the days wrong. I live on a vacuum where I never know when it is, what time, what day. Jeez, I'm lucky I even get up in the morning. Hey, it's something. Welcome. Tonight, we will be further scrambling my brains with some more exciting mystery fun in the Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir. I'm very excited about this, as excited as I was about the Portopia serial murder. Hey, Utter. And this game was inspired partially by the Portopia serial murder case. This is a remake, and it looks to be a pretty nice one. They remade both of the games. I think there are two, and I think there's like an additional chapter in Teleview. Yeah. This is a remake of a game from 1988 for the Famicom. I believe it was the Famicom disk system, which of course we didn't get here in the States at all, and we didn't get these games at all. It would have been a combination of considering it too mature for the American audiences, and also very text-heavy games. It was very difficult to get them brought over because a lot of difficulty in translating and fitting the text on there, and they just didn't want to deal with it. Also, we didn't get any Famicom disk system stuff over here, so that would have been a whole other thing. But they remade these back in 2021. They released these. No physical release in the States. There was a physical release in Japan. I didn't buy it. I still see it floating around on there, and I'm sometimes tempted. I've kind of I hate to say it, but I think the ship has sailed on physical release stuff, and I end up with more digital stuff than physical. I mean, that went away on PC long ago, and I tried to hold on to it for consoles, but anymore I just feel like it's a scam. It kind of sucks. Like, you get a game for the PS5 on a disc, and then it has to download like 5 times the size of that Blu-ray onto the PS5 in order to run. So like, what was this disc? And then the disc just becomes a hassle because anytime you got to play it, you got to pop that disc in, even though it's not really reading anything off of the disc. It just becomes like a CD key thing. Very aggravating. But the physical release for this game in Japan came with a soundtrack set, which is pretty nice. And look like a little art book, little guidebook thing. Nothing in the States though. But they did translate it and bring it over to the US so I can finally play these games. I've never seen any translation for these. Very exciting. So these were written by Yoshio Sakamoto. Yoshio Sakamoto is an old hand with Nintendo, and he's mostly known for his involvement with the Metroid series. He's part of the Research and Development 1 division, along with Gunpei Yoko. Gunpei Yoko is credited with creating the Game Boy, I believe, unless I have that backwards. Yeah. He's an interesting guy, Yoshio Sakamoto. Look him up. He worked on a lot of stuff for Nintendo, and one of the interesting ones that I saw on here that he was involved with. He was involved with a lot of stuff. Famicom Detective Club, game designer Kid Icarus, designer on Metroid, Gumshoe. I think that was a shooter. Where is it? It was a Game Boy game. Right? I'm losing my mind. Yeah, here we go. Keru no Tame ni Kane wa Naru. My pronunciation is probably way off on that. The Frog for Whom the Bell Tolls. An action role-playing game for the Game Boy that was later utilized, like the engine was utilized to build Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And one of the characters from the game even has a cameo in Link's Awakening. So it was like an earlier version of Link's Awakening. It is a fan translation out there. I haven't played all the way through it, but it was a very interesting game. Very reminiscent, obviously, of Link's Awakening. I thought that was interesting seeing it on there. This game, like, it has everything, or promises to anyway, that I would love in something like this. So it's, inspired by Portopia Serial Murder Case, which I thought was a very interesting game. I feel like I cheated myself by looking at the walkthrough, because once I had that walkthrough open, I couldn't help but scan through it, and it spoiled a lot of it. I will never know if I would have figured it out on my own, and that's why I feel cheated. I did it to myself. Just because I got hard stuck, and I was like, I don't really know what to do. And as soon as just look around, like, oh god. I believe this game is going to be more of the same, but I'm going to try to resist the siren call of the walkthrough. So inspired by Portopia Serial Murder Case, Dario Argento films. Once again, Dario Argento, very popular in Japan apparently. Clock Tower also Argento inspired. A lot of stuff that Argento inspired. Argento made a lot of movies in the giallo genre before what a lot of people that I know him for is like Suspiria and other like horror based, I guess they're all kind of horror, but like more supernatural horror. But he did just a lot of giallo, which is a lot of serial killer, crime thriller stuff. Highly recommended. Love all of his movies. Go watch any of them. You'll probably, the newer ones are a little hit or miss. And also detective novels by Seishi Yokomizu. Now, Seishi Yokomizu wrote the Inagami Family, or Inagami Curse, I forget what the name of the book, which is the Inagami Family, or the Inagamis, which is a fantastic movie, highly influential in a lot of media in Japan. That movie had two different versions by Kan Ichikawa. So he made the Inagami Family in 1976, and then in 2006, Kan Ichikawa remade the movie as the Inagamis. I may have talked about this before. Highly recommend if you can find the Inagami Family. I think it's a great movie. I know the remake was on YouTube, and it's just as good. The Inagamis. It's a really good like murder mystery movie. And the remake was very interesting because they brought back. I think they brought back a couple actors, but I know for sure they brought back the actor who played the detective in the original movie, which is really weird, right? Because it's set in the same time period, and obviously the guy's much older, but that's very strange. You know, I'm trying to think what that would be comparable to today if you brought back. Well, I guess they did. The first thing that came in my mind was like The Matrix. And they made a new Matrix movie, and obviously everybody is much older, and they're all like, hey, come play these characters again. You know, I didn't watch it. I still have not seen the new Matrix movie. It's not new anymore. I didn't want to I don't want to be disappointed, so I just avoided it. But it's on streaming services. I should watch it. Also, last time we were talking about rock and roll, I think it was Utter Chaos Gaming brought up rock and roll. I did find it on Archive, the Internet Archive. Both versions, they had the American release and the Canadian release, which is a little bit better audio mixing and different voices. That was the original cut. And when MGM brought it out in the US, they decided to recast a couple of the voice actors and alter some of the dialogue. Endings slightly different. That movie is like impossible now. And so that's, at least in the US, last I heard that was an MGM deal. And of course, Amazon bought MGM, but you can't watch it in the US on Prime. And that's why they took it off of YouTube, because Amazon bought them. And then it just disappeared. It's just gone forever. I don't see it anywhere. The physical release of those, but you can find it on the Internet Archive, which is nowadays my number one source of old, completely out of print, possible to find movies. I'll find them on archive.org or YouTube if they stay up there for long. I want to show the boxes on this. Check out this box for the original Japanese release. Like, man, like that's the kind of stuff I would have loved as a kid. My eyes would have gone straight to this, like, wow, what is this? And the game probably would have completely, like, I would have just, like, bawled my eyes out at having begged my parents to buy this game, and then I couldn't get anywhere in it. But yeah, the artwork is, like, fantastic. You got this samurai helmet back here, dripping blood out, a pool of blood, a wild cast of characters. Of course, because we didn't get a physical release in the US, we didn't get a box art, but they did remake that art for it. The Japanese release, I think this is from the box. I think this is the inside cover of the Japanese. This is the inside cover for the Japanese physical release, I believe. This crazy ghost. Yeah, they've got like a nice, like, cel-shaded anime aesthetic going on in the new version. It's voice acted. What more could you ask for? I say. So the music too. I did, I usually try to at least power things up and make sure that I can pick them up and capture them properly and all that. And the music hit me right away. Like, oh, this music is really good. And I went and listened to the original soundtrack, and just like with Mario, they redid the audio, they redid the music, but in a way that is very much in line with the original. So hope you enjoy. I'm going to enjoy or go crazy, possibly. So join me for the Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir. We don't block up too much of the screen here. Man, I like this tune. It's got like a real, like, you listen to music that has like a real nostalgic feel, even though you don't have a nostalgia for that because you didn't listen to that, but it has that feeling. Maybe it's because I've watched a lot of like 70s and 80s crime thrillers and the like. A lot of stuff had similar music. But if you were curious, You can go on YouTube and search for the soundtrack for Famicom Detective Club for the original, and it will have some video of the opening. And they did a really nice job, from what I've seen, of redoing this. This is like a really nice, in my mind, what I've seen anyway, high-end remake of this, where they could have just like slapped it out there. They could have just slapped some text or retranslate or done whatever, but like they got voice actors in this. It's like nicely animated. The music's really nice. It's always nice to see a company cares enough to redo their stuff and like really put the effort into it, but keep it like really respectful of the original, like celebrating their history. I could listen to that for a while, but I'm not gonna. This is a work of fiction. Any similarity to actual persons, locations, groups is purely coincidental. That's how you know this is a true story. I'll try and keep an eye on whether or not I'm blocking the text. I may have to ghost myself here.
Oi, Kimi, どうしたんだ?
Hey kid, are you okay? I don't think I need to
大丈夫か?
read
聞こえる
this.
か?
Even though he's speaking in Japanese, like, what happened? Can you hear me?
誰かの声が聞こえる. お、気がついたか? しっかりするんだ, 君. 僕はどうして? ここは一体どこだ?
Where am I? You know, man, now I should always look this stuff up beforehand. Now I need to know, like who did the voices in this. Let me see if protagonist. I need to find out who did the voices, because these voices sound familiar to me. Okay, so the you are voiced by Megumi Ogata, who I recognized as the voice of Shinji Ikari from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think, what did this say? Yuko Minaguchi reprised his role as Ayumi Tachibana after voicing her in BS Tentai Club, which is the Satellaview version. All right, well, I gotta look up who this guy is, because his voice also sounds familiar. Sorry if this is detracting from the game, but I need to answer my curiosity. All right, so this gentleman is Kazu Sugita. Yep, it's Jinpachi Sakata from or that's not it. That's just the first thing that came up. It's Gintoki from Gintama. That's where I recognize this voice from. I don't know how the video game work. Rurouni Kenshin. Oh wow. Oh yeah, he was Aleister Crowley in Undead Girl Murder Farce. That was a really good one. JP in Street Fighter 6. Gage, Trigun Stampede. Chuck Lee. Bleach. This is at least video game, but it may have been the anime as well. He voiced Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. Very nice. I'm sure I recognize a lot more. Keep this page open so I can look these people up and be like, who is this? I recognize their two voices, and I had to make sure that I knew who was who. That's really crazy to me. It shouldn't be like, it's like if you hear like a you know, Tara Strong or what's that other guy? I can't remember the other guy. I was gonna say Captain Conroy, not Captain Conroy. He's passed away. It was the voice in Big O. That's the guy I'm thinking of. Roger Smith. Stephen Bloom. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Like if you heard either of those in a game, you're like, oh, what's that guy? I can't believe he did this. Like, of course they did, their voice actors. What's going on? Where am I? Who am I? I can't remember anything. You don't remember anything? No, I don't. Am I? You're a pilot. Getting a robot. That's the only joke I'm like. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Again, I found myself in a room with a man who had saved me.
災難だったね。
That's pretty
で
rough.
も無事でよかった
Hope
よ。
you're feeling a little better. I'm Amachi.
私は
It's nice to
アマ
meet
チと
you.
言うんだ。よろしく。
It's really nice, nicely drawn backgrounds and stuff here. And the animation of this is reminiscent to something that I watch a lot, which is live 2D. And I am blocking the dialogue here. Let me see if I can spectralize myself here. There we go. That should make it a little bit easier to read the dialogue through me. Hope that helps. I don't know if anybody cares. But there you go. Actually, nice to meet you. Yeah, so this is like the animation is like has that same look as like the live 2D animation. It's very nicely done.
こちらこそ
Nice
よ
to
ろ
meet
しくお
you.
願いします。
Thanks for saving me.
いいんだよ。
Oh, don't
当
mention
然
it.
のことをしたま
Did
でだ。
regret what I've done. I live alone. So
私
make
は
yourself
一人
at
暮ら
home.
しだから気兼ねなく過ごしてくれ。
He's a killer. His hairstyle is uneven. That signifies he's the killer. Maybe, I don't know. that ends up being the case. Whew.
あの、
Okay, so
僕は
where did you find me?
どこに行った？
私がちょうど
I passed by.
水上の
Unacami
崖の
cliff.
そばを通りかかった
You were
ら
cold on the grass by
道
the
端
side
の
of the
草むら
street.
に君が倒れていた。どうも崖の上から
Seems like
下の
you
草
fell
むら
from
ま
the
で落ち
cliff
たみ
right
たい
into
だ
the bushes and landed on the grass. Wow. Fell off a
反対
cliff.
側は海になって
The
い
other
て
side was the sea.
人
Not
も
too
め
many
ったに
people
通ら
pass
ない
by
そうだ
there,
から
so you got lucky,
不
kid.
幸中の幸いだったよ。
そうでしたか。
Yeah, I guess I did. Thank you. Thank you so
本当
much.
にありがとうございます。
本当にありがとう。
それよりも何か思い出せたかい？
Do you remember anything yet?
いえ、
No,
Nani mo.
nothing.
そうか。
I see.
何？焦ることはないよ。
Don't sweat it.
何
I'm sure
か
I
きっ
come
かけ
across
があれ
something
ば
that'll remind you of your
すぐに
past soon
思い
enough.
出すさ。ちなみにこの町
By the 大
は
way,
大里市というんだ
Osato
が
City. Does that ring a
どうだい？
bell at all?
何か引っかかることはあるかい？
いえ、
No, not
特に
really.
は。
Speaking of, more off topic. Speaking of amnesia, I highly recommend if you can find it. When I found this, also on Archive, the Internet Archive, archive.org. Cure, the J-horror movie from 1997, about a series of murders where husbands, or wives, or coworkers start killing each other, seemingly for no reason. They don't deny they've done the killing. They very calmly say, "Well, it seemed like the right course of action. It seemed totally natural." But they're all killed in a particular way of carving this X across their throat. But they're totally disconnected. None of these people are connected. They don't know each other. And there's some common thread that the detective just cannot find until they happen upon a strange amnesiac individual who seems to be tied to the case. And it just gets weirder from there. Really good. It was directed by the same director who did Pulse, or Cairo, which is another solid J-horror flick. I'm watching a lot of those lately. That's not the only thing I watch. That's about the only thing I talk about. Because I rarely find time to sit down and watch anything. It takes me about 5 hours to watch a 2-hour movie. Because offline, I'm exactly the same. I'll start watching, I'm like, oh, you know what this reminds me of? I gotta look this up real quick. And and then like an hour later, I'm like, oh wait, I was watching a movie. I got it back to it. Anyway, sorry for the diversion there. Talk, look, examine, remember. I could just on command. That would be nice. I'm walking around. My body. My head is killing me. Do you think I injured it in the fall? I would think so. No wonder you can't remember anything. Hopefully, going back there will help to jog your memory. I want to travel just yet. I can't remember anything. I can help if you ever need me, so come back anytime. Seems like you fell from the cliff right into the bushes and landed on the grass. May have lost your memory because you hit your head. Alright, just making sure. I learned this from the last one. Just because you can go through an option, it's not necessarily done with. I'm sure maybe it won't hit me with it right away, but you never know. Never remember anything. Okay. Okay. Help. Believe me, anytime. Away we go. What do you think he's got in these containers over here? What do you think he's got over on the bookshelf? Do you think those are Mo discs? I think he's got a stack of Mo discs. You know what? Oh god, you're gonna kill me. Maybe I should bring that up. I won't remember it. I didn't realize that the Mo discs, the MO, that pretty much is like mini disc. Mini disc is a type of disc. It's a magnetic optical disc. So they're aside from just looking similar, like they're pretty much the thing. Those specific discs would have a different use case. Mini discs were specifically for music, but same technology. I didn't realize that. Although I did feel vindicated for when mini discs were new. I told a friend of mine, like, why don't they just make data storage on mini discs? It's like, no, mini discs only work because of compression. There's nothing special about the discs. They're just miniature CDs. Oh, okay. No, they're not, my friend. No. It's like the one time I can say, like, I was right over that guy. Because he was always shutting my stuff down. He knew tech a lot more than I did, but it's actually kind of shattered my image of him. Because I always just thought he just knew it all. Now I know he didn't. It makes me wonder what else was he wrong about. Now let's move on. To the accident site. I think I'll head back to the cliff to check it out. I'm gonna fall off that cliff again, aren't I? Sure, just take it easy out there. If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'm happy to help. Thank you very much, Mr. Machi. I'll be going now. I'm gonna go fall right off that cliff again. Oh, geez, that's quite a drop. Kind of looks like a crescent moon. Wow. This is where Amachi found me. Where? Oh yeah. Ground. I wonder if this is going to be... This tree's withered. It looks like it's dying. Oh good. I don't have to go back to the menu to do this. Thanks to the grass, the cushion will fall. I with only minor injuries. My curiosity is basically like, How particular do I have to be about where I'm
軽い
clicking?
け
I guess we will find out. Look,
崖の上からこの草むら
seems
ま
like
で
the grass is about 4 to 5 meters from the top of the cliff. Dude's lucky he's not dead.
草が生えていないと
There's
こ
a
ろ
patch of land with no grass. I wonder if the wind from the ocean is affecting it. That's quite a curious
ここの海
observation.
岸はうなかみ
Supposedly
海
this
岸という
place
ら
is
しい
called Unakami. Supposedly. That's very trusting of you. Boat! Oh man.
船が見える
It's a boat. It seems close, but also far away.
ような
My depth perception is off. Oh, it could be from the brain damage. Front of cliff.
先端が海に突き
But
出
the
している
cliff is protruding out
あ
towards the
そ
sea.
こから
If I
落ちたら
fell from
海
there,
へ真っ逆さまだ
I'd
ろ
end up
う
in the ocean. That would have sucked.
草むらがクッションになった丘
Here. What's the road? Do I
草が
have
生
to
えてい
be-
ない
Okay. Remember,
ここで天地さんが
this is
僕
where
を
Machi
助けてく
found
れ
and
たんだ
rescued me.
ここで天地
This
さ
is
ん
where
が僕を
Machi
助けて
found
くれ
and
たんだ
rescued me. Talk.
寂しげな
I
波
hear
の
the
音が聞
distant
こえ
sound
て
of
く
the
る
waves. Accident site.
天地さんの話だと
He said he found me around here.
僕は
Looks
こ
like
の
I
辺
fell
り
from
に
the
倒れ
top
て
of
いた
this
ってこ
cliff.
とになる随分寂しい場所
It's
だ
a
な
pretty desolate place. All I can
波
hear
の
are
音
the
しかしない
Yeah.
何か聞こえ
Did I hear something?
たここで天地さんが僕を
No.
ここで天地さんが
Jumped the gun there.
僕やっぱり
I do hear
波
something
の音
besides
以
the
外の
waves.
何かが聞こえるやっぱり波の音以外の何かが聞こえるぞ
Do I? Hey!
誰かの声がする
Is it someone's voice? Good. Someone come there. Hmm.
誰かの声がする
Someone's voice. Gonna bust out the old. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that's got like a border here. Maybe I just didn't notice that before. Girl. Huh?
女の
Is
子
that a
が
girl
叫んで
yelling?
僕を呼んでるの
She's
か
calling for me.
ここで天地さんが僕を
Yeah, she's definitely
聞こえてい
somebody
た
come
の
over
は
here. That must be her.
聞こえていたのは
I think her voice is getting clearer.
僕を呼んでるのか
Is she calling for me?
あそこまで行ってみよう
I'll try going over there. I'm gonna get pushed off that cliff. She's a killer. I know it. I feel it in my bones.
連絡もしないでどこに行ってたの？心配したんだから
There did you go? You just disappeared. I was so worried.
僕を心配。
Worried about me?
じゃあ君は僕の知り合いなんですか？
What?
何
What are
言
you
っている
talking
の？
about?
冗談のつもりなら
I'm
怒
joking.
る
You
わ
better
よ。
stop it right now. Top of the cliff. Remember.
何も思い出せない。 辺りを調べても
I looked around, but didn't find anything to jog my memory. Gotta explore all the options before pursuing
う
this
なかみ
route.
の崖のてっぺんだ。
The cliff looks dangerous.
ほ
I
と
bet
んど
most
人
people
の
steer
行き来
clear
は
of
な
it.
い様子だな。君の名前は
What's your name?
何をふざけてるのよ。
What kind of joke is
あなた
this?
と同じ探偵
I'm
事務所の
Ayumi Tachibana.
立花
We
歩
work
みじゃない
together
の。
at Utsugi Detective Agency.
あゆみさん。
Ayumi. I'm sorry, I just can't remember.
ダメだ。思い出せない。
思い出せないって
What do you mean you
ど
can't
ういうこと
remember?
なの？
それが
Well,
記憶喪失ですって？
what? You have amnesia? The doctor said. Talk about myself. I won't. Not me.
僕のことを知っているのなら
You don't know
教え
me,
てくだ
so
さい。
maybe you can help remind me.
ちょっと待って。
Wow.
その前に、あなたがどうして
Tell me
記
how you
憶を
lost
失
your
ったの
memory.
か教えて。
詳しいことはわから
I
ないん
don't
で
know
す。
the details. I just
気がつ
woke
い
up.
たら
ここからさっきの草むらへ落ち
We're
て
from there onto
気
the
を失った
grassy
らしい
area
で
and
すっ
blacked
て？
out. Lucky it wasn't the other side.
もし
You've
反
been
対
done
側の
for.
海の方へ落ちてたら助からなかったわよ。
Those rocks, man. It would have smashed across those rocks like that one graboid from the end of Tremors exploded after it blasted out of the cliffside. Y'all remember the first Tremors, right? We all remember Tremors. We've all seen Tremors. Don't tell me I'm wrong. But he would have been like that. Only we wouldn't have been cheering. Well, some of us might have been. But I wouldn't have been cheering. Well, I don't really know that yet. Not everyone would be cheering about him because he doesn't slither through the ground and devour people. He just looks like a kid. It'd be pretty tragic. But maybe he's a monster. I don't know yet. Anyway, yeah, he would have smashed on those rocks. He'd be just totally dead. I'm surprised he's not dead anyway. Sorry, he's got the brain damage.
わ
That's
か
for
ったわ
sure.。
とにかく一緒に
Okay,
事務所
just
まで
follow
来て
me
ちょ
to
う
the
だい。
office.
事務所。
Office?
詳しい話は
We'll
つ
talk
いてから
there.
にしましょう。
Away from the death cliff, if you please. That's a smart move. Utsugi Detective Agency.
ここ
So this
が宇
is
津木探偵事務所。
Utsugi Detective Agency. Hentai. It's detective. This is. I'm gonna play through this again. I want to play through this again where I'm not feeling compelled to read everything, just so I'm not just hovering over here watching this with you. But this could provide a not perfect, but like a pretty good kind of introductory Japanese lesson. I recognize some of these words.
本当に何も覚えていない
You
の
really
に。
don't remember anything, huh?
ともかく中に入りましょう
Let's。just get you inside.
ここは宇津木先生の事務所で
This is Detective
私た
Utsugi's
ちの
office
仕事
where
は
we
よ。
work. He's out on a
先
business
生は
trip
し
and
ば
won't be
ら
back
く
for
出
a
張中
while.
だから今はいないの。
What's going on? We got some VHS, possibly some. What was that smaller tape? It wasn't Super 8. Like VHS-C. No, there's another one. Good Beta. Betamax. Some audio cassettes. Or 8 tracks, potentially. I don't know. Was 8 track a thing in Japan? Possibly. I like this music.
宇津木先生というのは
Hey, so
誰なんだい？
who is this Detective Utsugi?
この探偵事務所のボスよ。
He's the head of this detective agency.
そしてあな
Who
た
are
は
his assistant?
先生の助手として活躍していたの。
僕が
Me? So weird. I don't remember that.
思い出せない。
そう。
I see. Man, my throat is so dry. Dry. Remember! Can't remember
何
anything.
も思い出せない。
Didn't take you for a weeb. Then, my friend, you haven't been paying attention. I am as well. It's gonna say I'm as weeb as they come, but I don't know if I want to go that far because I've seen some stuff that, like, that's a line. That's past the line. I'm not gonna cross that. I don't got, one of them body pillows or a bunch of scantily clad anime figurines on my shelf. Which I'm not judging. I'm just saying, if you have those things, like, that's high tier weeb. I'm like a mid tier weeb. I know a little bit of Japanese. I like Japanese stuff. How far are you willing to go? I don't know about that. That's I would go as far as to learn Japanese as much as I could to enjoy things that I like from Japan in the original Japanese, or potentially enjoy things that have not been translated without having to wait for a translation. But I wouldn't travel to Japan or dress like an anime character or that sort of thing, if that clarifies it all. I'm interested in a lot of the stuff they got going on over there, but I don't want to, like, I don't wear a Naruto headband or anything like that. They didn't have those when I was young. Otherwise, I might have. I did, as previously mentioned, I did have a Dragon Ball Z set of wrist straps that when you clanged them together, it made the Kamehameha sound. You could, like, charge it up and separate your hands and blast out a Kamehameha. That was before weebs were called weebs. Slightly, ever so slightly. Or maybe I just wasn't familiar with the term. But yeah, big anime fan, big fan of Japanese movies, Japanese horror movies in particular. But I have watched enough stuff that I can sort of pick out bits and pieces of the language. And so it's real interesting to me. If you buy a katana, you've crossed the line. Okay. Does it count if it's wooden? If it's a wooden katana? And I don't mean like the what was it, the shinai, like they actually use for kendo training, which is like a big, bamboo rod thing. This was like a solid wood. That does count. Okay, well then I guess I've crossed the line then, because I did buy one at a convention many years ago. I was at a game convention in Ohio. I was going to say the great state of Ohio. I don't have a very high opinion of Ohio. It was in Ohio. I was at a game convention, and the place was selling weapons, and I was like, swords are cool. I would put a sword on my wall. Those swords are expensive, but this wooden katana is $20. So I bought the wooden katana. All right. Now, this weapon booth was at the back end of the exhibitor hall, which meant to exit the exhibitor hall, you would have to traverse the entire length of the exhibitor hall to get to the exit. I didn't put that booth there. The event organizers did. Now, what happened is I bought this wooden sword. The gentleman put it in my hand. He took my money, put the sword in my hand. I was immediately set upon by two convention staff members informing me that I needed to immediately vacate the exhibitor hall, that I could not carry this weapon, this wooden sword. I could not carry this in the convention hall. I had to leave. And I was so immediately that it was very clear that they had people staffed to hang out at that weapon stall where they were allowed to sell these weapons so they could immediately come up and be like, you got to go. You got to get out of here with that. Now, the worst part about this, so that was bad enough. I'll get to the worst part, right? This was bad enough that I bought this sword. I've already crossed that line according to Crosby, and I'm not going to argue with that. I had forgotten about that. I do still have that. It's in a corner somewhere. It's about a 8-inch space between the end of a bookshelf and the wall. There's a little corner section, and I have a stick. I hesitate to call it a walking stick because I'm doing walking. I don't know where that came from. And this wooden katana and a couple of yardsticks stuffed back in there. So yes, I do still own it. Anyway, so I bought this wooden katana. I'm immediately told I have to leave. Now those guys, those staff members aren't following me. They're not escorting me out. They just came and like gently kind of shoved like, hey, you got to get out of here. It's very loud too, so it was a lot of shouting, right? It's very loud and crowded in there. It was like, I don't understand what's going on. If you're the kind of person who suffers from, kind of anxiety, and you're already in a very crowded place, and you have trouble like keeping up with what's going on, some people come up to you and they're just like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. But in the time it took to walk from the back end of the exhibit hall where they had put this booth, not me, I didn't put it there, right? All the way to the exit of that, I was stopped no less than 4 times by other staff members informing me while I was walking to the exit, hey, you have to leave with that. And I am leaving. I'm like, no, you got to leave right now. It's like, I cannot teleport out of here. I have to walk through this crowd to get out of there. I'm walking in the direction of the door. And every time I ask, like, I'd point at the door I'm walking towards, like, that's the exit, right? Yeah, that's the only exit, right? Yeah, that's where I have to go to leave here, right? Yeah, that's where I'm walking. That's where I was going. And it wasn't like they're just like, hey, you got to get out of here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm headed that way. Oh, gotcha, great. It was like, hey, you got to get out of here. I'm going that way now. No, for real, you have to leave right now. I'm walking. I can't go any faster. There's a sea of flesh between me and the door. I cannot move any faster. I can't hover over them. I can't turn intangible like a cloud of mist and vanish through them. If I could turn into a cloud of mist, I would, to infiltrate your lungs and explode you. Not you, Crosby, or anyone else in the chat. This staff member, the various staff members who accosted me, each one of them more aggressive than the last. The closer I got to the door, the more insistent they were that I should be headed to the door. Completely ignorant to the fact that I was moving in that direction. Infuriating, right? So I finally get out, and I'm walking away from the door. I'm walking away from the exhibit hall, and I'm stopped by someone who says, you can't go in the exhibit hall with that. Look, I'm not walking to the exhibit hall. I'm walking from the exhibit hall. I swear you watched me come out of there. What kind of problems did they have there? What insane person went on some kind of wooden katana massacre that they're so desperate to get people out of there with this wooden sword? Now, granted, I could have done some damage with it. I'm not going to contest that. I wouldn't. I'm not me in particular, like anybody, really. It's not like a sharp knife, but it's, more like a baseball bat. You could knock some sense out of someone. But it just drove me insane. That's all I could think about the whole rest of the con is these people just hovering around me like, is that guy going to buy another sword? Am I going to have to get rough with this guy? It's like, I don't need some 300-pound dude in a stormtrooper outfit that barely fits to come over and yell at me to keep walking straight and then argue with me that I'm not walking straight. Like, jeez. Well, so then here's the worst part. The worst part was I was sharing a hotel room with 4 other people. And then one of those people that I was sharing the hotel room, so we split the cost of the hotel four ways. 3 other people, 4 of us total, right? And one of those 4 individuals further sublet their portion of the hotel to 2 of their friends, so that 3 of us were splitting it, 4 ways, and the 4th person was splitting that 3 ways. And somehow those people who were paying a fraction of what I was paying got to sleep in the bed, and I had to sleep on the floor on our table. I did not have a key. Even though I was partially paying for this room, I did not get a key. That fourth individual who sublet their portion to 2 other people made sure that those 2 people had a key. But the 3 of us, the 3 of us who were paying an honest, equal fare, had 1 key to toss between us. And of course, those other 2 dudes like scattered. They were in the wind immediately. So I'm riding the elevator back thinking, is there some way I can hide this within the elevator? Because I don't have a key to get in the hotel room. I have nowhere else to go. Anywhere I walk within the convention, I'm immediately, accosted by staff members informing me that I can't go into places I'm not going towards. I'm surprised they didn't, follow me home and stand outside my door every time I left for work in the morning and go, the convention's closed now. You can't go back to the convention. That's hours away from here. That's how obnoxious they were. So I'm riding this elevator and considering like, hey, I spent money on this. Like, I don't want to just throw it in the trash. I regret that purchase now. I can't take it back. No refunds, right? Where can I hide this within the elevator? Because now I'm considering like this is an actual crime. This is some like assassination level stuff. Like you got to stuff this thing up in the elevator so that you can get through the metal detectors, and then you'll come back later and get it. That's wood. The metal detector wouldn't set it off, but you know what I mean. Luckily, I ran into one of the other people. Once before all of us had cell phones too, so that adds like another. If that confuses you now, like why don't you just call people? Like we didn't all have cell phones back then, so yeah, it sucked. That's my long-winded diatribe. That's why I don't go to conventions anymore. Those people can kiss my grits, as they say. So if possessing that wooden sword and the hell I went through after buying it, not to get it, getting it was very easy. Escaping once I had purchased it was the hard part. If that has crossed that line, like that just makes it all the worse of a purchase. But I'll accept that. I will wear that weed badge with not with pride, but with honesty, acceptance. The next time you come on here, I'm gonna be all done up. I'm gonna appropriate all that culture. I'm gonna have a samurai helmet on and stuff. No, I'm not gonna do that. That would be weird. That would be very. I don't think that would be problematic. It would just be strange. That's not my thing. Anyway, been mesmerized by this music here. We'll see some of the game tonight. Most of it will just be me rambling. But that's what you come here for. I hope, because that's what you're gonna get. So I hope it is to your liking, because otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. You've come to the wrong neighborhood. Tell me about Utsugi.
あなたと先生が知り合ったのは、あなたがまだ中学生ぐらいの頃の話だそうよ。
I heard you met Detective Utsugi around the time you were in junior high.
離れ離れになった両親を探していたあなたは、この町で先生と知り合ったの。
What? I was looking for my parents.
詳しい事情は
I
知ら
don't
な
know
い
all
け
the
れど、
details, but
そう
that's
な
what
ん
I
です
heard.
って。
In fact, you're still searching for
まだ
them.
見つかっていなくて、今も探し続けているのよ。
Maybe it's better he doesn't remember. It sounds awful. You know, I've never in a million years expected that stupid wooden katana to come back to haunt me. Every time I look over that chat, I see the word katana in there, and like I'm just revisiting. I'm like back there in that convention, that sweaty, sweat-filled, stinky, swamp-like convention hall, being shooed out by an army of stormtroopers. Yeah. Talk is cheap. I don't know about the office.
ここは宇津木先生の
I'm not
事
gonna
務所
take the
で、
obvious. Don't give me the
私たちの
obvious
仕事場
answers
よ。
game. This is
先
Detective
生は
Utsugi's
しばらく
office.
出張中だから、
He's on a
今はい
business trip
ない
and
の。
we'll be back for a while. Okay, well, I guess I already did. talk about that.
どうしてあの崖来たんだい？
Why were you at the cliff? Please don't say you were gonna jump.
あなたがあそこで誰かに会
You
うと
called
言
and
って
said you were
電
going
話
to
して
meet
きたか
someone
ら
there. I was waiting
連
for you
絡
to
を
call
待
me
ってい
back,
たんだ
but
けど何の連絡も
you
ない
never
し
did, so I got
心
worried.
配になって。
僕が
I was
誰
going
かに
to meet
会う
up with someone?
あなたがこれを置いてって
That's
くれ
what
た
you
か
said,
ら
but you left
場
us
所の
behind,
見当
so
は
I
つ
was
いて
able
た
to
けど
figure out
ね。
where you were. Sasuga. Where? I was just curious, like, if this is gonna be like a snatcher type game where, like, if I just start poking around at her, if she'll just be like, "What are you looking at?" Narimutendayo.
勝手に触っちゃダメよ。
Don't touch that. Detective
もし
Utsugi is
先
very
生の
protective of
大
his
事なもの
personal
なら
belongings.
怒られちゃうわ。
Okay.
勝手に触っちゃダメ。
Okay. The document.
分厚いファイルや書
There are
類
a
が
bunch
詰め
of
込まれ
thick
ている。
binders stuffed with files and documents inside. My initial reading of that was flies, and I thought it was very odd to stuff a bunch of flies in. Thick with flies. Maybe clean that up, but am I dyslexic? I don't think I am.
使い込まれた感じがするソファーだ。
Well loved. That's a nice way to put it.
どうしたの？
Is something wrong?
そんな
Don't
に
stare
見
at me
つめ
like
られ
that.
たら
It's embarrassing.
恥ずかし
I
いじゃ
knew
ない。
it! I knew it! That's so cliched. I'm gonna do it again.
どうした
I'm
の？
not staring at anything dirty.
そんなに
I'm
見
not
つめら
doing
れたら
that.
恥ずかしいじゃない。
Clicking on her face. Don't accuse me of anything. I'll just get just the edge of the scalp, all right? That's totally, well, I'm sure someone's got a thing for that. That would probably get pretty weird. I can't think of where else I can, anywhere else on this is something that I do know about, and I don't like it.
どうしたの？
I just want to see if I can get her to murder me.
どうしたの？
Hopefully this is one of those games that remembers these things and is like, they're forming an opinion on you and it will come back to haunt you because like I'll be ruined. Okay. Oh, I had a curiosity. If I'm not gonna get into it.
明神村
It says
綾
Yojin
代と書い
Village
てある。
and Ayashiro. I believe the original title for this game was Corpse Village. So maybe we'll find the pseudo-titular Corpse Village. I like the sound of that. Do you think they would call it Corpse Village because it's filled with corpses, built on a corpse? Corpse is their major export, or is it just like, well, corpse, from the old Anglo, meaning, tree wax. Tree wax. It's tree wax. You know what I mean. Tree wax. Yeah. How's that any weirder than village full of corpses? Yojin Village and Arashiro.
出かける直前にあなたが書いたものでしょ？
You wrote this before you left, right? Maybe. Remember. Okay, I can't remember anything.
What happened?
I didn't have to click on her. It just gives me that option. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to.
僕が書いたものな
This
ら
is something I wrote. Maybe
これ
it'll
が記
trigger
憶を
memory
取り
for
戻
me.
す手がかり。よし、
All right.
明神村へ行ってみよう。
Yojin Village.
待って。
Wait.
名前ぐらい思い出せなきゃどう
If
しよ
you
うもない
remember
わ
your
よ。
own name, surely there's nothing you can do, right?
思い出してみて。
Come on, think. Try to remember.
っしりしたテーブルだ。
This one looks nice and sturdy. Give it a whack. Give it a whack with your hammer. Mirror.
鏡だ。
It's a mirror.
特に変わった
There's
点はない
nothing special about it. I want to know what I look like.
使い込まれた感じがするソファーだ。
Sofada.
使い込まれた感じがするソファーだ。
Sofada.
分厚いファイルや書類が詰め込まれている。
She failed. Okay. Check if save data already exists. Was this how I save? I got, with this, well, I'm not even going to say this far. I like to spend most of that time jabber-jawing on. Please enter your last name. Not my. You gonna dox me here, man? I don't think any game that's like insisting that you enter, like, I mean, it's not that insistent. But it's not like, what's your name? And you just put whatever once I enter your last name. Okay. It's my tax ID later. Jumington. Jumington is always okay. Please enter your first name. Oh, that's really 12. I can't. Okay, I'll just have to use my stage name. Can't fit my full legal name in there. Michaelios Papadopoulos. Don't tell nobody. Are you happy with this name, Jum Jumington? Quite. Thank you. It's the name my folks gave me, and that's just what I have to live with. Well, aside from the first name, but, got to change that name to fit in around some parts of this country. I remember now.
そう、これが僕の名前だ。
Oh, I don't know why. There's no way it would, unless they use some kind of AI shenanigans, and which I hope does not happen to Mr. Shinji. All right, but just that like split second where I allowed that glimmer to enter my mind of, is the voice of Shinji Ikari going to say Jum Jumington? And then I could like clip that and have it on my channel. I would just play that constantly. Have a button on my stream deck. Here's the voice actor saying my name. Or the robot designed to sound like him. Jum Jumington. That's it. That's my name.
あゆみちゃん、明神村へ行ってくれば。
Myojin Village. I don't remember anything else, but I know my name. I'm gonna be honest, that name sounds pretty made up, kid. I wouldn't trust it. Alright, just be careful. Didn't take much to get the okay on that. Oh, this looks really inviting. Oh, this is the opening. We don't want to get to see Aishu of family trouble. I will return from beyond the grave and bring harm to the transgressor. Wow. Well, that's spooky. But like, in a way that's like, it's scary, but it's going to be okay. Yeah, you can't even see me. Chapter 1, The Ashore Amy. Myogen Station, Ticket Gate.
数時間後
2
僕
hours
は
later, I arrived at
明神
Myogen
駅に降り
Station.
立っていた
That guy's kind of freaking me out. I don't like the way he's just like menacingly clicking on that thing while staring at me with his unblinking eyes. Why is... I don't like this. I don't like this at all. They animated him clicking that thing, his ticket punch, right? But they didn't let him blink his eyes. So the implication is that, like, no, he's not just like a freeze-frame video game character. He's there, click-clacking, telling you he can mess you up with this. But he's not gonna blink. He's just staring at me with his dead eyes. It's strangely unnerving.
僕が事故に遭っ
The
た
cliff I fell from is located between Myojin Village
この
and
明
Sato
神村
City,
と
where
天
Machi's
地さんの
apartment
マン
is.
ションのある大里市に僕は
Have I ever been here
来たこ
before?
とがあるんだろうか
So is he trying to imply that he was like, maybe I was walking here and just kind of casually fell off the cliff? You know, as you do. This music's great. That guy, though, quit clicking it, man. You're scaring me here. Call, engage. The station clerk. Look. I want to look at the station. Remember.
僕は
Have I ever been
ここ
here
に来た
before?
ことがあるんだろう
I give up. the first. I gotta get on the bus. Forget it. I know, a train. You know what I mean? I'm not getting on a bus either. There's something written on there, but it's faded. I can't read it. Timetable. Seems like trains are few and far between. Seems like it. Station clerk room.
この駅
The station
年
building
季の
is a
入っ
little
た
run
建
down.
物だな
I don't want to do it.
真面目そうな駅
This station clerk seems to take his job seriously. He looks like he wants to kill. It's honestly troubling. The sky.
青空が見え
I
る
can see the blue skies. And the mountain.
遠くにも山が連なってい
The
るのが
range
見える
goes on for miles. Large mansion. Ooh.
ここからでも
I
建
can
物
see the
が
building
見え
from
る
here. All right. Speak to the station clerk. Ah!
すみません
Oh no! No, please, God! At least he's blinking now. Not frequently enough for my tastes. Or no? Okay. God. It's horrifying. I don't know why. It just is. Excuse me.
何のご用ですか
Yes. Can I help you?
いくつかお聞きしたいことがあるんですがよろしいでしょうか
Have a minute.
ええどうぞ
Dozo. Eyeball him.
真面目そうな駅員だ
Okay.
「
listed. He is. Oh my god. Really? This guy is voiced by Shigeru Chiba. Man, I love that guy. Shigeru Chiba is awesome. I need to show you Shigeru Chiba. So, I forget. Shigeru Chiba is the voice of Buggy in One Piece. Professor Hojo in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Well, I guess that hasn't come out yet. Jogo from Jujutsu Kaisen, if you're a fan of that. What else? I remember. The Merchant in Resident Evil 4 2023, like the Resident Evil 4 remake. I guess he's the voice of the What Are You Buying guy in Japan, which is awesome. I'm gonna skip down past all of these. Surely it's listed here. Honestly, has been a cool bar on Langrisser. He's listed as short order cook in Spider-Man 2018, but the image is Stan Lee. So did this guy do the Japanese Stan Lee voice? Shigeru Chiba. Let me put an image up. I keep saying I'm not going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep doing this. Shigeru Chiba! Look at that smile, man. That is a happy guy. That is a happy fella. Anyway, I was looking for his work in Fist of the North Star. It was great. He did a lot of voices in Fist of the North Star. I think he did like the announcement at the end of the Fist of the North Star episodes. It was like, next time, Fist of the North Star. But I mean, the Japanese. But also anytime they had voices that were like really high pitched, like in the movie, he sticks a saw in some dude's head. What are you doing? I can't reproduce it. That's just a bad Don Knotts. But Shigeru Chiba, that's impressive. Man, they got like a great cast on this. I'm gonna keep gushing over this the whole time. I'm avoiding looking over this cast list because I'm just gonna keep picking people out and being like, that person, that's amazing. But like all of these are top-notch voice acting. Oh, she's been voicing Root Bell. That's another good one. Alright. I'll look all these up on my own time. Face to face with this horrible gentleman. About Amenshi. How do we know about Amenshi? I don't know that name. Okay. Ayashiro.
怪しろという言葉に
Ayashiro
聞き覚えはありませんか？
怪城ですか？
Shiro. You mean the
怪城家のことでしょう。あそこに見える
See
あ
over
の
there,
明神
that
山の
big
ふもと
mansion
の
at the
大
foot
き
of
な屋敷
Myojin
です
Mountain belongs to the Ayashiros.
確かに大きな屋敷だ。
That is a big mansion, all right. I like how it puts in
どん
yellow
な村
like
なんですか？
what it is. basically like, hey, look at this next. But it doesn't always like force you that way. This is this collection is $60. I'm just gonna put that out there, but evangelize this. So far it's worth it. If you're a huge dumb nerd like me, just to hear a lot of these people, like prominent voice actors, anime voicing characters in this, that alone is worth the cost of admission to me. Thus proving Crosby right that I have indeed crossed that line.
ご覧の通りの静かな村ですが、
Quiet place.
ここには
However,
古くからの因習や気味の悪い言い伝えが今でも語り継がれているんですよ。詳しく知りたいのでしたら、村の人たちに話を聞いてみてください。
I don't know if I want to do that. Ayashiro family.
綾代家というのは
I don't know about the Ayashiro family.
戦国時代はこの辺りの領主だったそうですが、
Sengoku period.
今は日本有数の資産家として有名です。
僕は
Have I
あの
visited
家を
that place
訪れて
before?
いたのか。
It's basically like the Inagami family.
そういえば、
Kind of setup.
あなたはこの村に来られたことがあり
When
ま
I
し
think
た
about
ね
it, you have visited this village before. Uh-oh.
え
What?
私、ちゃんと覚えてます
Clear
よ
as。day. So you came
また
back.
いらっしゃったんですね。
Uh-oh.
やっ
He
ぱり
is the villain.
僕はこの村に来た
I have
ことがあ
visited
った
this
んだ。
village.
私、ちゃんと覚えてますよ。またいらっしゃったんですね。
Okay.
綾代家は戦国時代、この辺りの
It's always worth it to, well, I think it's worth it.
村の言い伝えに
What they know? What do you know, Sonny Chiba? Not Sonny
いきな
Chiba.
り
Figaro Chiba.
そう言われましても。
That's out of nowhere. Hey, fair enough. Well,
ありがとうございました。
thank you very much.
いえいえ、お気をつけて。
No problem at all. Take care. Ayashiro residence.
綾代家。
Ayashiro family.
メモに
This
載っ
must be the
た綾
family I
代と
wrote
いうの
down
は
on the note.
ここのことで間違いないだろう。ここが綾代家か。
So this is the Ayashiro
とに
residence.
かく話を聞い
See
て
if
みよう。
anyone's home and willing to talk. Some unusual architecture there.
ごめんください。
Excuse me.
Hi.
Hi. Yes. All right. So this guy did the voice of Al McGuigan in Toy Story 2 in the Japanese dub. Also, this voice of this butler was the voice of Earl Sinclair on the TV show Dinosaurs. Obviously, the Japanese dub. Just so you know. I'm sure nobody cares.
この家の執事だろうか。
Was he a butler? He
物の絵にふさ
certainly
わしい
dressed the part.
きっちりした身なりの人だ。
どこへ行っておられたのですか。
Oh, Sir
心配
Jumington.
しておりました
Where
よ
did you。go? I was worried about you. Wow. Everything's coming up Jumington now. Looks like I'm rich. Huh?
とにかく
Please,
ど
come
う
in,
ぞ
come
こ
in.
ちらへ。
Tonikaku is closer to anyway. Shiro residence, reception room.
この人
Hmm.
僕を知ってる
Seems
み
to
たい
know
だけど
me.
それで
So tell me.
何か分かったことはございましたでしょうか。
すみません
Sorry, but
あなた
do I
は
know you?
僕のことをご存知なんですか？
What? Sir, what are you talking about? It's funny that they put all that in there and all he says is, huh?
実は
Well, you
僕
see, I...
え、
What?
記憶喪失
Memory loss?
では依頼した調査の内容や
You forgot about the
私の
investigation
名
I
前ま
requested?
で忘れてしまわれたのですか？
Do you even remember my name? What? Investigation? Remember? I wonder if he's ever doing anything. I can't remember
思い出せない
anything.
よくお聞きください。
Listen to me carefully.
私の依頼を受けたあ
Came here
なた
last
様
week and accepted my
調
request
査
for an
内容を
investigation.
聞くために先日この屋敷へいらっしゃいました。その調査内容
I
と
was
い
here
うのは
looking to the recent death
先日亡くなり
of
ました
Kiku
当家の
Ayashiro, the late
主
head of this mansion.
綾代菊様についてでございます。
Hmm.
思い出してください
Please
ませ。
remember. Whoa.
お医者様は
The doctor
心
deemed it
不
to be
全
heart
と
failure,
診断さ
but
れ
I
ま
find
した
that
が
rather hard to accept.
つまり
So,
Kiku-san
are you
は
suggesting
何者
that
かによって
someone
それを調査していただこ
well,
うと
invited this mansion to
この
get
屋
to the
敷へ
bottom
お
of
呼
that
びした
very
のです。
question?
それなのに
Who
こ
would
ん
have
な
thought
こ
you
と
of
に
all
な
people
ろう
would
と
lose
は。
their memory?
ちょうどここまでお話しさ
After
せ
I
てい
shared
ただ
my
いたとき
suspicions, I
あなた
believe you
様に
received a phone call from
どな
someone,
た様
Sir
からか
Jumington.
お電話がその電話の後
The
重
phone
要
call
な情報
rushed
が
out,
手に入るか
saying
も
you
し
might be
れな
able
いと
to
おっしゃ
obtain
って
crucial information,
この
remember?
屋敷を出て行かれたではありませんか。
Hmm. Huh? Kiku.
菊様は
Mistress
綾代
Kiku.
商事の会長でしたが
Ayashu Corporation's chairwoman.
78歳と
Her heart
ご
was
高
getting
齢の
weak.
上
She was 78
心
after
臓
all.
が弱っておられたのです。そこで遺言書を
So she
作
wrote a
成され
will,
たの
but the
です
night
が
she shared it with her family, she
遺
suddenly
言
died in
公
her
開の
bedroom.
直後にご自分の寝室へなくここまでお話し
Any
し
of
て
this
も
ring a bell for you?
まだ思い出していただけませんか。宇津木探偵事
You
務所
are
の
Sir
方でしょ
Jumington of Utsugi Detective
調査の
Agency.
依頼を
I've
させ
commissioned
て
you
い
for
た
an
だきました
investigation. What do you know?
さあ
Nothing in
別
particular.
にこれといって
Tatsuni. Tatsuniなんかな? That's right. I did
確か
accept
に
your
ここで
request
依頼
here.
を受けた。
I remember
思い
now.
出そしてあなたは
And you're
善蔵さんでしたね。
Zenzo-san.
思い出していただけましたか。
I'm so
思
glad
い
I
切っ
took
て
the
お
risk and
話しし
told
てよ
you.
かった。
Instruction. Important notes are saved in the notepad automatically. If you want to look at the notepad screen, press the plus button during the game to display the menu screen. You know what? I guess it makes sense because, like, start and select. It's been ages, right, since start and select were to start a game or select something, right? I mean, to the point that even when I play older games and it's like, you may not have to actually hit start. When it says press start, I can't just hit any key. I have to I'm able to hit start to start this. I have to use the select button to move around the menu. I can't use the D-pad. Even though that was the names, like on the old NES, I'm looking at the controller right now, select and start. But it's so weird. Even with that, I cannot get past not having a button called start on a modern controller. Even though it is as useless a connection as a floppy disk for saving files is to anyone born recently, right? But it's there. It remains. But now we got the plus and the minus. Also, I've complained about this before. I don't like the home button and the screenshot button on the Switch. I don't know about the... Like they're on the... Yeah, I had to look over it. And the Joy-Cons, they're okay. They're below the buttons, but it's far enough away that like the plus and minus are at the top. The screenshot or recording or whatever the hell the button is called, capture button, the friggin' square button, you know, on a Switch, right? And the home button are on the bottom. So you never like, I gotta hit plus and move your finger over without looking at the controller like an old man, right? On the Pro controller, those buttons are right in the middle, and then up diagonally from them are the plus and minus. You see what I'm saying? So every time I'm like, I gotta hit plus, I gotta accidentally hit that home button because they're both there. Even though the plus and minus are raised up more, like I can't remember that. I would rather the other buttons be raised up more because it would make it easier to feel, hey, wait, this is the square button. That's not what I want. I'm just a big griper. Anyway, press the plus button during the game to display the screen menu. Look at notepad. Well, apparently you lied to me, or there's nothing in there. Oh, I can change the settings. What settings? Skip read text. I don't know. Display speed, normal, yes. Voice playback, yes. Ooh! Yes! I'm not gonna play it like this for you. Someone to enjoy the music. I just like having the option. Man, I'm telling you, if I get out of this game and it doesn't have like a playback mode where I can just pick music on it, I'm gonna have to go out there and find that soundtrack. Daggum. Yeah, I love that. That's not just the BGM, that's the sound effects too, because now this is like Famicom sound effects. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. I really like this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way through this, or the second one. Well, I'll base that entirely on demand because I feel like I'm spending all the time just reading this stuff, and I think maybe a little bit too much. I wonder what it is that I add to the experience. I feel like I'm detracting more from the experience of this game. But anyway, on the menu screen, select Look at Notepad and press the A button to view the investigation notes. All right, I was just there. Press the B button to return to the menu screen. Ooh. Oh, what do you got to say about him? Oh my God. Oh God. That image is phenomenal. That is great. Well, I'm going to just take a little picture of this guy here. Uh-huh. Okay, that's all the information I got. Oh, yeah. Much like the real Jum Jumington, ruggedly handsome. With a boyish charm. That's what I've been told. Boyish charm is quickly fading as I grow more advanced in age and turn more into the dust. But that's just the vulcanization properties of the copious amounts of rubber that are embedded on where my flesh used to be. That's an unrelated matter. From the top of the cliff and landed on the grass below. Was saved by a man named Amachi. Lost memories from impact when head struck the ground. Worked as an assistant with the agency. Okay. I remember my name is Jum Jumington. That's awesome. Those will come in handy later. Shunsuke. Way overpronouncing. Shunsuke. Shunsuke? Was it Shunsuke? Shunsuke? Probably. Shunsuke Utsugi. Shunsuke Utsugi. I probably have all wrong on that. 38. Private detective. Worked as an assistant. Eyewitness testimony. Can't be trusted. Right. I think it's 17. 17 years old. Woo. The detective agency assistant like me is worried about me. That's valuable. Now, you imagine scribbling that down. You're talking to someone, they're just like, is worried about me. Like, what are you writing there? Nothing. Man who saved me after I passed out by an apartment near Unakami Cliff in Osato City. 38 years old. He's the same age as Detective Utsugi, who we don't see the face. Does that mean it could be the same? I doubt it. Zenzo Tanabe, 76. Oh, he was only 2 years younger than Kikuyashiro. 78. Woo! Fearsome lady there. Heart was weak due to her old age, Zenzo's testimony. Well, then does that not mean that Zenzo must have a weak heart if it was purely by age? Little ageist of you. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of the, what do they call that? Pot calling the kettle black. You know what I mean? Shortly after revealing her last will, suddenly died in her room. What was in that will? Her family in Japan, one of the most prominent wealthy families in Japan, reside in a mansion by the mountain. Okay. Talk is cheap. Tell me about the will. Can you tell me the contents of Miss Kiku's will? Well, only her relatives were present during the reading of the will, so I'm afraid not. Oh, don't tell me about your family. Which relatives were present? That would be Mr. Kiku's two nephews, Kanji and Jiro.
それに姪の春日あずさ様の三人様です。
No children or grandchildren, but her nephews and nieces seems a little odd. Can you tell me a little bit more about the relatives?
幹事様三人兄弟の長男で
綾代商事の社長をなさっています。ご兄弟で一番末の次郎様は綾代商事の専務をなさっています。春日家へ嫁がれたあずさ様はご兄弟の2番目に当たられます。遺言公開には菊様のご親戚のみが立ち会われましたので。 Okay. Tell me more.
菊様は綾代商事の会長でしたが、78歳と高齢の上、心臓が弱っておられたのです。そこで遺言書を作成されたのですが、遺言公開の直後にご自分の寝室で
That certainly sounds like murder most foul to me.
先ほど申しましたように、菊様の死に不審な点が感じられるのでございます。
思い出したぞ。
Accepted a commission
確か
here.
にここで依頼を受けた。
So I did visit this
僕は
mansion.
やっぱり。
さあ、別にこれといって。
Yo, Mr. Sydney, welcome, my friend. You missed a long-winded rant on mine. I'm very excited about this game, mostly because a lot of the voice actors in this are fairly prominent. From if you're an anime fan, the main character, who is now named Jum Jumington, that's a total coincidence, is voiced by Same individual that voices Shinji Ikari from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Which is also a woman, which is always blows my mind. I always forget about that. Same thing for Goku. Goku's voiced by a woman. Lukumi Ogata. There's the guy earlier voiced by Tomokazu Sugita, who's from Gintama. Gintama? Is it Gintama? It's Gintama, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm going through like this whole list, and it's like every name I see on here is like, oh yeah. There was a very creepy dude earlier that was giving me the creeps. He's just like a ticket collector, voiced by Shigeru Chiba, who I know from the Fist of the North Star series more than anything else, but is also the voice of Buggy in One Piece. So like they got some like known people for this. It's pretty impressive to me. And then Crosby, rightfully pointed out that I am indeed a weeb. His test was whether or not I had purchased a katana, and I asked if a wooden katana counted, and he said it did. So, weeb I am, I guess. I will say, so far this game has mostly just been like me reading the English lines while Japanese voice actors speak them. I'm having fun. I'm having fun with it. It's just tickling my eardrums here. Anything else? Anything else to remember? Some commission. Business mansion. All right, maybe I just got to look at the notepad. Read all of these suspicious about Kiku's death. Ask me to investigate. Okay. I assume that I'm going to be looking at all of these until they turn their... Well, I'll look at Kiku because that's pink. So that must mean that's it. Kiku's nephew present during the reading of the will. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I just want to point out that it's the same. So if you think that tangentially related general weebery, do you gunplay jump? Not in a long time. I still have some unfinished kits. I was really, really into that. Like a long time ago. When I started buying them, there's a hobby shop in town that I found some. Initially, it was SD Gundam, did the Super Deformed kits, and Gundam hadn't really made it to the States. So like I had seen them. I really didn't know. I was in middle school at the time. I think it was before even the Power Rangers existed. I didn't even know what they were. And I started buying them. So I've got like a ton of kits that at the time I'm like, I guess this is the good guy. I guess this is the bad guy. All the instructions and little comics in Japanese. They had a bunch of Gundam Wing kits, 1/144th scale. Those would have been, what was that, high grade? What's the mid-range? High grade at the time. Yeah, high grade kits. This was before Cartoon Network started running Gundam Wing on Toonami. So then I have quite a bit of models. I never got into the higher grade stuff, like master grade. Because it was always like either priced out of it or like intimidated away from it. I think I have one. I'll have to check. It's a Devil Gundam from G Fighter. G Gundam. That's G Fighter. That's a different thing. Got it in a trade. Never assembled it. So I don't think I've never done any of the master grade stuff, but I've done a lot of high grade stuff, but not for a long time. I just ran out of space. I don't have issues with space to store these things, and then a lot of them like just kind of go back in the box. Like, well, it just feels like a shame. But I'm meaning to dig some of that stuff out. I had thought at one point about setting up cameras and introducing that as something to stream. As it is, I don't really have the equipment to do that. but maybe. I even bought before I was setting everything up. I'm like, I might do that, and I was at this supermarket, and there was a Gundam kit there. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get that. I look at that stuff quite frequently, and I'm like, oh man, you know what I really want? I really want this gun tank. You know what I really want? I really want the what the hell is that? The Xiong from that Char piloted at the end of the original Mobile Suit, like that has no legs, just has like a little skirt with jets. Really like the look of that. But a lot of that stuff now, when I look it up, it's like a limited release thing, and I kind of missed the boat on it. Really enjoyed it though. Oh, old Robo spine's failing me. But yeah, I do. I can't say I do. I have. It's been a while. I don't know. I go dig that stuff back out. I was commenting that like, yeah, the 90s. Yeah. Yeah, that would be in the 90s. What do I say? I was questioning, like, was I in the 90s? Yes, that was. Not that old. I'm not so old that I was like a teenager in the 80s. Close, but no cigar. I had looked at this guy's picture like he's unknown and assumed that was like the face reveal will come later, but it's just everyone we don't know has that same picture. So we replaced that with the Guess Who pictures. Head of the Ashura family, deceased, cause of death, heart failure. Heart was weak due to her old age. Zenzo's statement. Shortly after revealing her last will, suddenly died in her room. Her nephews and niece were present for the will reading. Kiku's niece present for the last will reading. Eldest daughter and second oldest of the siblings. Married into the Kasuga family. 40 years old, housewife. 58 years old, Kanji Ayashiro. Kiku's nephew present during the reading of the will. Eldest of 3 siblings, CEO of Ayashiro Corporation. Jiro. Kiku's nephew present during the reading of the will. Interesting. It's like, keep going. Color change here is maybe something. He was nephew present during the reading of the will. Youngest of the 3 siblings, managing director of Ayashiro Corporation. 39. So they're a year apart from each other. And he's 18 years older, 19 years older than the 2 other siblings. That's quite an age gap. If there's only 3 kids, in my mind, like an 18-year age gap is pretty high. Oh, they're not uncommon. Well, hell, in my family, my father was the youngest by about 10 years. 10 or more years than his closest older sibling. And so all of my, like, I don't really know a lot of my relatives because I'm the youngest of the youngest. And by the time I was, born and cognizant, all of the people that would be my cousins were old enough to have kids of their own. to an extent, close enough. Like, I've got I don't know, that my cousins have kids who are not that much younger than me. We're a disparate family. But yeah, 18 years is a strange gap. The Ashura family, deceased, cause of death, heart failure, should have been last will, suddenly died in room. Everything's present for the will. Okay, this makes sense. So I see what's going on here. It's picking out keywords. Head of the Ashura family, so Ashura family is pink. As mentioned, this Zenzao mentions. Okay, I get what the pinkness is now. On top of the cliff, landed on the grass below, saved my man unless she lost memories from impact when head struck the ground. Worked as an assistant at Tsugi Detective Agency, as in his testimony. Detective Tsugi was searching for long-lost parents at the junior high. I was supposed to meet someone in the coming clip. In his testimony, there was a memo written in the office that says, Imaging Village in Ayashiro. Remember my name is Jum Jumington. Investigating that is Kiku, the head of the Ayashiro family. The man who hired me is family butler Zenzao. Alright. Investigation. Just keep
皆さん
going.
はここに住んでいるんですか？
Okay, here we go. Here's the option I needed. Let's see, do they all live here?
皆様
No.
その日のためにお集まりになられたのでここに住んでおられるわけではございません。
It's not saying much because, like, you know, it makes sense people die, but this is very reminiscent in my mind from the Unigami family, which they did list as an inspiration for this. A patriarch passes away, the matter of the will. Everyone gathers around. It's a really good movie. Go check it out.
ただあずさ様だけは
Lady Azusa
しばら
says
くこ
that
ち
she'll
ら
be
に
staying
ご
here
滞在
for
さ
a
れる
little
そうで
while.
す。
Trouble
今
in
はど
paradise?
ちらかへお出かけのようでい
She's
ら
at
っしゃい
home
ま
at
せ
the
んが
moment, though. Documented in the notepad.
皆さんからお話を伺いたいのですが、
ただいま皆様は
As
こ
I
ちらには
said,
いらっ
they're
しゃい
not
ません。
around at the moment, but I would be happy to
後ほどご紹介
introduce
いたし
you
ます
later.
はいお願いします。
Yes, please do.
手がかりはあるかわかりません
I
が
don't know if this will be
皆
of
様
much
とお
help,
話になる前に
but before you speak with the others,
菊様が亡
would
く
you
なら
like
れた
to see Mistress Kiku's
寝
bedroom?
室をご覧になりませんか？
Is that am I being prepositioned?
そうですね。ではお願いします。
Yes, I think that'd be very helpful. Away we go! Travel to the
ご
bedroom.
案内いたします。
Carry me,
どうぞ。
butler. I'll show you in. Please, please follow me. Going
こ
over
ちら
there.
が菊様の寝室です。
Is there something in the water? Oh, koi. Some big koi. This is Mistress Kiku's bedroom.
菊様は
Mistress Kiku passed
この
away
寝
on the
室
bed
の
in
布
this
団の上
room.
で亡くなっておられました。
It's haunted. Machi. Why doesn't Machi keep coming up?
私には
I
ちょっ
don't know.
とわかりかねますが、
So that's a little suspicious that Amachi keeps coming up. Nobody knows Amachi. Nobody's mentioned Amachi. He's just like some dude. And you're like asking everybody around. I'm like, you ever meet Joe? No, I don't know Joe. Oh man, he lives around here. Like this place is a population of 20,000. I don't know everybody that lives here. No, he's like 10 miles back that way. That's what it feels like to me.
この屋敷には
Is there
他
anyone
にも
else
住
who
んでい
lives
る人
here?
がいるんですか？
屋敷には
There's a
私の
housekeeper
他に
named Akane.
茜というお手伝いがおります。
The two of us now.
菊様が亡くなって
Akane was
おら
the
れ
first
るこ
person
と
to
に
discover Mistress
最
Kiku's
初に
body.
気づいたのは茜です。
第一発見者か。
Akane was the first to discover his body, huh?
ぜひ茜さんにもお話を伺いたいのです。
今はあいにくと
Fortunately,
出かけ
she's
ておりま
out
す
at the
が、
moment, but I'm
間
sure
も
she'll
なく
return
戻ると
soon.
思います。
She's not here. He just said that she's not here, and then it's like, call her, summon her immediately. Tell me
菊
about
様
your
のご遺
dad.
体を発見したのは
Akane
茜
was
で
the
す。
first to discover Mistress Kiku's body. All right, what? We already that caused the
熊
death.
田先生は
Dr. Kumara
心
was
不全
certain
に
it
間
was heart
違いないと
failure.
熊田先生。
Yeah, exactly. Who's this Kumada guy? You keep introducing these people as though I know. Give me all the facts, man. Tell me about Kumada.
熊田先生というのは
Who's
どなたですか？
Dr. Kumada?
菊様のかかりつけの
Kumada
先
is
生で、
Mistress Kiku's regular
この
doctor.
村でた
He's
だ一
also
人
the
のお
only
医者様
doctor
で
in
す。
this village. I love like phrasing on that. We're like, he's my personal doctor. He's also the only doctor here. Like, the first part loses all meaning when you add the second part. You know what I'm saying?
熊田医院という病院を経営しておられます。
全蔵さんから聞ける
I think
話は
that's the
これ
most
くら
I
いだろ
can
う
get out of Zenzel for now.
となると
How old is Dr. Kamada? Where is Dr. Kamada? Is he near? Is he friendly? I knew it! I knew where you were going.
一度熊田先生に会っていただけませんか
Why don't you pay a visit, Dr. Kamada? You trying to get rid of me, bud?
そうしてみます
Sure thing. I'll do that. Never make that joke. I appreciate it. I appreciate that I can always count on you when questions come up to add those in. Let's take a look around. Butterfly in the sky. Garden lantern. Poison
道路
needles.
は苔むしている
That lantern is a little mossy. The pond.
何か跳ねたような
Sounded like something jumps out of the water. Maybe they have a koi pond. They do.
緑が美しい庭だ
Beautifully maintained. Just got over here. Flower vase.
花が生けてある
It's a flower display. I wonder who did the arrangements. Hanging scroll.
山が描かれた
It
掛け
appears
軸
to
だ
be a scroll with a mountain drawn on it. Wait a minute.
山が描かれた掛け軸だ
One more time.
山が描かれた掛け軸だ
Okay. I misheard something. Book. What's this thing? What is that? Like, I thought it might be like a little, like, I don't want to say cauldron just because the lady was old and a lady. Doesn't mean she was some kind of cauldron brewing witch. But, oh, you can't see it. Let me conceal myself. This thing. Right. But I'm looking at it, and it has kind of ridged. It looks like a screaming white pumpkin with a handle. Like, ah, that's its mouth. It's screaming, and it's got a little handle. Anyway, we got a book.
この本だけ放り出され
This
ている
book seems to be the only one off the shelf. I wonder if she was reading it.
この本だけ放り出されている
Yep.
読みかけだった
Sort of brewing apparatus. Yeah, I had considered that like a salt pig. A salt pig? Is that a thing? Is that a real actual thing? Every time I hear about something that involves like a pig, and I'm like, nah, man, that ain't real. And then I look it up and it's like, no, that's a real thing. Why would she have a salt pig in her room? Like just on a bookshelf. Like, man, old lady really loves the salt. Basically like a salt cellar, only it's shaped like a pig. I've never heard the term salt cellar. Can you believe that? See, now I'm looking up like salt pig, and all of these ones that come up just look like a just like the look like the warp pipes from Mario with salt in them. Salt cellar. I mean, it makes sense that I would not have heard of these things. All of my meals come out of a can, so when it comes down to seasoning, like, pure ignorance on my part. There we are. It does, right? I thought possibly like a teapot just like overturned, which adds to like the, you know, oh, there was something mysterious here. We got photos back here.
そうなモノクロの写真が並んでいる。
Several old monochrome photos on the shelf. All right. Oh, am I just getting out of here then?
綾代家の執事
This is the
全
actual
蔵さんだ。
residence butler Zenzao. So far, I really like this searching hasn't found me anything. Although I will say, he's waiting very patiently to investigate his shelf, just staring at me. Although the implication, like when I look at the pond, and his,
何か跳ね
it
たような
sounded like something jumped out of the water.
恋でも
Maybe they have a koi pond. You and I can clearly see a koi pond. The implication to me is that he is staring intently into the eyes of Zenzao. And anything else in the room is just peripheral vision. He's not fully aware. Me, Jum, I'm controlling the Jum in the game, is not fully aware of the surroundings because they're just staring intently. And that Zenzao is just too polite to be like, hey man, you gonna like, you alright? Well, that's strange. Yeah, being just like clear it all out. Okay. I can call them. They said they're not here.
今はあいにくと出かけております。
Okay, I guess that will come up later. He's gonna tell me
わざわ
Kamada's
ざ
not
来て
here.
もらうのも悪いな。
Too much to ask.
こちら
him
から
to
病院に出向こ
visit myself. All right. I had a feeling that that's what I was gonna get, but it was yellow. It was like, hit this. I guess it just means new, as opposed to anything else. Let's go to the Kumada Clinic.
う。全蔵さん、熊田医院の場所を教えてください。
Couldn't tell me where Kumada Clinic is.
わかりました。
Understood. The cicadas are going wild. It looks like a pretty old hospital. Sure does.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. What do you think that poster down there is like expressing? You got a what do you call it? Derumandal. Symbol of good luck, I believe. Good luck charm. The thing there by the teddy bear. I gotta be honest, I don't even really know what it is because there was a Pokemon based on it.
Hi, 今日はどうされました?
Can I help you?
すみません。僕は患者ではなくて、
But I'm not a
熊田
I'm
先
just
生にお
searching
会いしたいのですが。
Dr. Kumada.
お、もしやお前さんが探偵か?
Might you be the detective?
君、こちらの探偵さんのことはわしに任せておけ。
And who's this voice? Where are you, Doctor? Dr. Kumada. Hiroshi Iwasaki. Who is the voice of Kraven the Hunter for the Japanese audio for Spider-Man 2 2023. Yes. Isaac in The Last of Us Part 2. Master Shen the Crane Hermit in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot video game. In Boruto is the voice of Shukaku, the one tail. Pretty good. Also in root letter. I don't have to play root letter. Probably not on stream. I think this may be the last one of these I do on stream. I'm enjoying it, but it's just like I don't know what to say about it. Super familiar with this guy. It appears to be the Japanese C-3PO. This voice. Also, the voice of Earl of Lemongrab in Adventure Time, the Japanese dub. You could just hear it in his voice. My favorite part of looking through these lists is how many of these are like the Japanese dubs of American media. And I see him like, oh, this guy did the voice for a C-3PO. It's like, that's pretty entertaining to me. Yep. Shukaku. Uncle Ruckus in the Boondocks. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my god. No way. This has been to C-3PO for a long time. This goes back to Clone Wars, the 2003 Clone Wars. Might go back even further than that. I know it looks like most of his credits on here, like he was Orochi, Kurozomi Orochi in One Piece. Nice. He's got that voice. A lot of what I see in this is American movies, like Japanese dubs of American movies. Iron Giant. There is C-3PO in episode 1. Garfield and Friends. He was Binky the Clown. Lemon Grab, Uncle Ruckus, Binky the Clown from Garfield and Friends. A monkey in Dr. Dolittle. C-3PO. Dodge from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. It's wild. Anyone who comes in and watches this later is just going to be like, my God, this man. Every time a new voice comes on, I'm like, who's this? I didn't look up who the nurse was. I don't even have a name for her. She might not be listed. If her only dialogue is like, yes, how can I help you? Oh, never mind. It's Mai Sato. Voice from Super Neptunia RPG. Seems like a somewhat of a newcomer. I don't think that's the same one. No, it can't be the same. No. And they're just bringing up all kinds of different names. Some privacy. Get out, nurse. Of course, doctor. Wakarimashita. I understand. Or wakarimasen. I don't understand. Kumara. Examination room.
では改めてわしが熊田じゃ。よろしく。
Just imagine this is C-3PO. Just imagine Uncle Ruckus is talking to us right now. Nice to meet you.
よろしくお願いします。
My name is
ゼンゾさんから依頼を受けました。
Agency.
探偵事務所
Conducting
の
an investigation on behalf of Mr. Zenzao. Let's take a look. Where? Oh, Kumada.
熊田先生だ。
It's Kumada. The
老
only
人は
doctor
ただ
in
一人
Yojin
の医者。
Kumada Sensei. Oh, is he gonna get all over me and be like, Excuse me, that's sensitive medical information.
医療機関のマップ
This looks like a map for a medical institution.
医療機関のマッ
A
プ
map for medical institution. What medical institution? X-rays? Whoa! It's a picture of a skeleton. It's got pictures of skeletons.
妙な言い方をするやつ
Just
じゃ
an
の
X-ray image,
た
silly.
だのレントゲン写真
They grew up in a cave? You have violations happening here for sure, man.
待て待て勝手に触るんじゃない覗き見は
I
感
can't
心
use
せ
to
ん
the
ぞ
ground. These are
こ
private
いつは
clinical
カ
records
ル
of my
テじゃから
patients.
な
It makes sense. It makes sense. I was waiting for that.
いろいろな薬がいっ
There are
ぱい
many
並んでいる
medicines lined up here. I better not touch them. No, man, get in there. Num num.
荷物
It's
を
good
置く
eating.
カゴだろ
This might be a basket for the patient's stuff. By patient's stuff, does he mean like when they weigh the organs in the autopsy? They put them in this basket and wheel around, just wheel around this basket of organs. You get a basket full of lungs and some livers and stuff. Like time of death, 7:27. Liver, 18.9 ounces. I don't know what an appropriate liver weight is. Looks like a heavy drinker. Anyway, that'll be my dinner later.
ほらほらわし
Don't
の
go
机
to
を
my
ごちゃ
desk. Look, don't tell me what to do. The game is
置かれている
labeling something. It's telling me I should look at it. And how dare you stop me? The stool doesn't look very comfortable. The stool doesn't look very comfortable.
眠くても
You're
そこで
tired.
寝られる
Sleep
と
somewhere
困る
else. I love this because like his reactions are 100% correct. Like if some dude walked in like, hey, can I talk to you? And you walked in here and they just started like rifling through papers on the desk, like trying to grab at these binders and sleep in the bed. Like that's a totally normal, rational response. Like, hey man, do you need something? The only thing out of the ordinary is that there's no point where he steps and goes, look, if you're not going to ask me these questions, you can just get out.
病院だけあって
Even the curtains are spotless. Oh, because we're in a hospital. I sure hope so. I sure hope they're not like filthy, you know.
予定表だろ
Is this his planner? He must be quite a busy man. Here I am wasting his time. Call in the nurse. Take? I have some doctor to get to. I'm going to collect this man.
やめておこう
I should. No, I mustn't. So tempting, but I know I mustn't. I'm gonna have to take something at some point. I remember Portopia. Portopia ended with me just demanding that, without talking to anyone directly, demanding that they give me their clothes, which ended up being the assistant, Yasu. So presumably, at some point in this game, I'm gonna have to like, give me those clothes, give me your shoes, give me your wallet. I'm gonna have to go full Terminator on this. Your clothes, your shoes, your glasses. Give them to me.
綾代家の執事から連絡をもらったる
Here's
ぞ
your cough.
聞きたいことがあるそうじゃな
You said you had something you want to ask me. Why'd you kill her?
聞きたいことがあるそう
Said
じゃ
you
な
had something you want to ask me. Okay. About Kiku.
念のためにお聞きします
I
が
wanted to ask you something just to confirm. Miss Kiku's cause of death
心
was
不
heart
全
failure,
に間
right?
違いあり
心不全じゃ
Exactly. Heart failure.
とはいうものの
Having said that,
こんな
though,
急に亡
I
くな
didn't
ら
think
れ
her
る
heart
ほ
was
ど
in
悪かっ
such a
たわ
bad
けでも
condition
な
that
い
it
んじゃ
would give
が
out so suddenly. Suspicious.
まあ時が
Well,
時じゃ
considering
か
the
ら
timing, I don't blame the
執事
butler
が
for
不自
having
然と思う
his
気持ち
suspicions.
もわからんではないがの
Tell me more.
菊さんの死因は
Kiku's cause of death
心
was
不
heart
全じゃ
failure. Okay. What about the will?
遺言書について
Do you know anything
何
about
か
her
ご存
will?
知ですか
いや
No.
わ
Just
し
a
は
position.
菊さんの単なる
Nothing
死
more.
しかしなんとも
Can you
な
imagine passing away in the
遺
very
言
night
を
of
公
announcing
開
your
した
will?
晩に亡くなられたとはの
Quite a coincidence. wouldn't you say?
全蔵から何を聞いたか知らん
Everyone
が
Zenzo told you.
奴
but
の
he's
取り越し苦労じゃよ
Muskiko's
菊さんは
passed
ただの
away
病
from
死じゃ
medical complications. We seem quite sure about it. Can't remember anything. Should I call the nurse then? I don't think he's got anything more here. Speaking of the
怪
actual
しろけ
criminal,
といえ
oh,
ば春日あずさが喉を痛め
Kasuga,
て
the sore
今
throat
こ
is
こに
actually
来と
here
るぞ
right now. Oh yeah.
春日あずささん。
This guy.
Kasuga.
Who's this? Better talk to her. We'll see how they react. How would you feel if, like, a relative of yours, like, passed away and, like, a 17-year-old kid was like, "Excuse me, I'm from the Trombone Detective Agency. I've been hired to consult on this case. Would you mind answering some questions about your dead relative?" I can't imagine many people in this country, anyway, in America, reacting very kindly to that. I mean, outside of like a, Hardy Boys novel, Nancy Drew, of the like. Even some of those, man, the people they ask are like, "You better get out of here, boy." Like, oh, okay.
春日あずさが喉を痛めて
It's a
今
good to
こ
get
こに
punched.
来とるぞ
Yeah.
菊さんの死
In,
因は
in this day and age,
心
like
不全じ
getting
ゃ
punched would be like the good outcome. All right. To be Azusa, I must summon you. Perhaps I
忙しそうだし
She's
やめと
busy.
こ
No, it's not the time. Someday I'll have questions for her.
う。春日あず
May I
ささん
speak
とお
with her?
話しさせてもらえませんか。
Kasuga.
わしに断るこ
No
と
need
は
for
な
my
いぞ
permission. Ask
本
her.
人がいいなら構わんじゃろ
She's been standing behind you the entire time. Oh my god, she
私が
actually
春
is.
日あずさだ
I'm Azusa Kasuga.
僕は宇津木探偵事務所の者です。
She really was standing behind that curtain the whole time. That's. I'm Jum from Tsugi Detective Agency. I'd just like to ask.
ああ、あな
So
た
you're
が
the detective
全蔵が
that's
雇
so
ったっていう
hired.
探偵さんなの
Sure.
ね。ええ、いいわよ。
It's nice to sound off there. What do you got? Dynamic intros and stuff in this game. More visual interest than most visual novels I've seen. Yeah, they got a lot going on in this, like, comparatively. It's certainly, like, compared to the era when it originally came out, I'm sure it's a lot more dynamic than that. I don't actually play a lot of visual novels. I don't really have any good reason for it. I've purchased enough. But just like this came out, 2 years ago? I don't know if it came out in the US 2 years ago, but a year at least. I don't know if that was a worldwide release. But I got it. I pre-ordered it. It's been sitting in the pile ever since. So I'm sure I've got some visual novels in there. I'm always looking at more visual novels. I'm like, that looks really interesting. And then when it's like time to pick a game, like, I'm going to pick the one where I got a sword and I stab people. All right. But that is also to say most of the visual novels that I have engaged with are very old. And so, like, I don't have a huge basis of comparison. But I'm happy with this. I think they did a pretty solid job with this. Tell me about your family.
綾代家の周辺で何か不審な出来事や気になる
Did
こ
you
とはあ
notice
りません
anything
でしたか。
suspicious surrounding the Ayashiro residence recently?
さあ、私は村に住んでいるわけじゃないから知らないわ。
My big brother and Jiro came out to hear the
兄
will.
さんや次郎も遺言を聞きにここまで来たのよ。遺言公開の晩、私たち兄弟3人はみんな屋敷に泊まったわ。 こんなことはめったにないことだけど。
This doesn't happen every day.
それじゃあキク
So
さん
everyone
が
was at
亡
the
くなら
mansion
れ
on
た
the night
夜
Miss Kiku
皆
passed
さん
away.
屋敷にいらっしゃったの？
何よ。
What's your
私
problem?
たちが何かやったとでも言うつもり？
Are you insinuating that one of
冗
us
談は
did
よし
something
だよ
wrong?
ね。
You have to be kidding me. Who's this? Atsuko Tanaka. Was Lisa JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Hanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. I assume not just the game. It always lists like the game stuff is listed first. Fame from I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Maybe mispronouncing it. Frieren. Bayonetta. Bayonetta 3. Japanese, obviously. Lisa. Detective Conan. White Blood Cell from Cells at Work Code Black. That was a good one. Yep. Hanami. Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh! She was the voice of... Wait a minute. No, it has to be... Give me a second. Let me cook. Scroll way down here. Some of this stuff is old. She's been in biz for quite some time. Yeah, this is Motoko Kusanagi, Major Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Wow, I didn't connect those two. Connect that Hanami was Kusanagi. Yeah, the movie Standalone Complex also came back for Standalone Complex SAC 2045. So it's and another anime classic. I should have these questions.
綾代家の主で綾代商事の会長。でも今ではお墓の中。
Man, she was the head of the family and the chairwoman of our corporation. Now she's in the grave.
確かにタイミングが良すぎたかもね。
It was a little odd. I mean,
遺
she
言
died
公
the
開
very
の
night
晩に
that she announced
突
her
然
will.
亡くなったんだから。綾代家の
My
主
aunt
で
was the head of the
綾
family.
代商事の
chairwoman
会
of our
長。
corporation.
でも今で
Tell me about the will.
遺言書の内容についてお
Ask about
聞
the
きしたいのです
contents
が。
of the will.
遺言の内容を話せですって？そんな
Want
面
me
倒な
to
こ
tell
と
you
ご
what
め
was
んだ
written
わ
in。the will? I'll pass. Why
兄
don't
さ
you
ん
ask
た
my
ちにでも
brothers?
聞けばいいでしょ。
I'll ask again. Stop making me
喉
talk
が
so much.
痛いん
I
だ
have
か
a sore
ら
throat.
あ
I
まり
don't care
喋
who
らせ
you
ない
are.
でよ。
I don't have time for
あ
this.
ずさは喉を痛めて
A
おる
little
ん
bit
じ
of
ゃ
a sore throat. It's
それ
not
ほどひど
serious.
くはないが
Try to keep the conversation short
お
just in case.
そうそう
Ah, that's right.
菊さんは近くの
Kiku was
神
buried
楽寺
nearby
に
in
埋葬されたん
Kagura
じゃ
Temple.
ありがとうございます。
Thanks for the tip. I'll go dig her up. Conduct my own investigation. Thank you.
喉が痛いんだからあまり喋らせないでよ。
Don't so much. I have a sore throat.
気の強そうな
Seems
人だ。
strong-willed. That's one way to put it. To the temple.
熊田先生、
I appreciate your
Asa-san,
cooperation, Dr.
ご協力ありがとうございました。
I think he'll
僕
be
は
off
これ
now.
で失礼します。
しっかりやるんじゃぞ少年
Young
探偵
detective. What are you counting on? Like, is doctor's all over the place. It's like, yeah, it's real suspicious the way she died, but it's really not that suspicious. It's no mystery. She just died. But it's awful weird timing. Anyway, the guy who hired you is overreacting, and this is all bullshit. Well, anyway, we're counting on you to get to the bottom of this. Which is it, man? Sorry. Banging on the microphone. What's the children hanging out of the temple here? I can't dig up the dead body with the kids hanging out there. Kagura Temple Cemetery. This is Kagura Temple. So quiet here. Eerily quiet. Eyeball that grave. Get in there nice and deep like. This is where Kiku is buried. Yeah, Shiro family's grave site. Whoa! Hey, you! Don't mess around by the graves, monk. Was by Juku. Oh, it was in Pluto. Pluto was really good. The Netflix is very good. Brick pieces. Oh yeah, Aramaki. It's Chief Aramaki from Ghost in the Shell. He's also from Gintama. Planet Catnip King. Hilarious. Old man Aramaki. Don't mess around by the graves. Sorry, wasn't my intention.
おや、あんた村のもんじゃないな。伝説を確かめに来よったバカ者ではなかったか。いきなり怒鳴りつけてすまんかったの。
伝説
Legend.
わしはここ神楽寺の住職で玄神という。
The chief priest here. If you don't mess around, Genshin's gonna impact you. Nice to meet you. I'm Jum from Sugu Detective Agency. I'd just like to ask.
何探
A
偵
detective.
探偵がこんな村に何を
Business
しに
does
来
a
なさっ
detective
た
have in a village like this?
実は
Murder. Well.
そうか。
Ah, the
綾
butler.
代家の執事にか。疑いたくなる気持
I
ちは
understand
わ
his
かる
steps,
が
but、that's
杞憂じゃ
absurd.
な。
Even the doctor
キ
confirmed
ク
the
さ
cause
ん
of
は
death.
病死じゃと医者も太鼓判を押しとったからの。
Yes.
そうなのかもしれませんが、
So would you mind
少し
telling
お
me
話
what
を
you
伺
know?
ってもいいですか？
Very
ま
well
あ
then.
よかろ
Talk. Wait. Open.
こら、墓を触っちゃいかんと言っとろうが。
Told you not to touch the graves. Is it the only thing I can touch? Ooh,
開けられそうにな
I
い。
don't think I can open it. He's just gonna tell me not to touch it.
開けられそうにない。
Okay. Apparently I can't figure out how to open Genshin. That makes sense. That makes sense. Tell me what you know.
キクさんの遺体に
There's
何
anything
か
odd
不審な
about
こと
Miss
は
Kiku's
感じま
body.
せんでしたか？
別になかった
Oh,
の。
really? Miss Kiku is resting
キ
in
ク
peace.
さんは安らかに眠っとる。
How do you know?
キクさんは安らかに眠っとる。
Whoa! Getting kind of defensive there, buddy.
伝説というのは何なのですか？
About the legend you mentioned?
村人の間で古くから語り継がれている気味の悪い話なんじゃ。綾城の主が無念の死を遂げたと主は墓の中からよみがえり恨みに思う人間を殺すと言われておるのじゃ。それというのも、この村では未だに遺体を塗装にしておるからじゃろう。
Yeah, he is suspicious. Everybody's suspicious in their own way, which is exactly what you want in a mystery. You want everyone's got to have some kind of secret. Everyone's got to have that little bit of like, well, that was a weird reaction. Or, I wonder what he's got in that box he doesn't want me to see. The more suspects, the better. Because then you can enjoy whittling it down and slowly solving a myriad of micro-mysteries until you've layered down sumptuously into the main mystery. What's that? The red herring. Good mystery has to be like a 7-layer cake with a dead fish in the bottom, with a note that tells you to turn around and there's a cupcake behind you. It's the twist. The dead fish. It's the twist. Gotta have a twist. You just kind of gotta eat the rest of the cake first before you get to that. Because like if you're eating like a really nice cake and there's just like a dead rotting fish and you get a big bite of that, it's gonna ruin the whole thing. So the delicate balance is what I'm saying. Anyway, they buried the dead instead of cremated him. Kiku's body is still, of course, she's buried right there, body intact. Also, the Ashura family has another story from the Sengoku period that's said to be the origin of the legend. But probably isn't something I should share with an outsider. Tell me what I want to know. Legend of the Ashura family. Please, I'd like to hear it. During the Sengoku period, the Ashura family ruled this land as feudal lords. One day, they lost a battle. Those who managed to survive held a fort in Jum Jumington. The enemy's lord, in order to make an example out of them, dug up the Ayashiro's ancestral graves one by one. Wow, that's pretty disrespectful, man. Like, you gotta leave the dead in peace there. After a long and gruesome final battle, Lord Ayashiro was executed, but he left a curse in his wake. Holy crap! They just straight up put it in there. There's his head on the ground and his bloody neck stump. Nice. When the war ended, the enemy's lord visited the village, only to die a mysterious death. It was mysteriously stabbed. Some say he went mad from the curse, but look at that ghost. That's awesome. Others say Lord Ayashiro rose from the grave. Rise from your grave. And beheaded him. Makes sense. Story has been passed down through generations. It has now become a legend. Whoa! At the end of the day, it's all folklore. Kiku's resting peacefully, I'm sure of it. Akuma? You think you've heard enough? That's pretty much all I can offer. Yes, I think so. Thank you for sharing.
ありがとうございました。
to the residence.
ゲンシーさん、では失礼します。またお話を
Please
聞かせてください。
we can talk again soon.
お帰りなさいませ。
Ah, Sir Jumington, welcome back. Remember. Oh. Legend.
村人が何か
Looks like the
噂して
villagers
い
are
るようです。
gossiping as usual.
私にはちょっ
I don't know.
とわかりが。前にお話ししたことぐらいで。
Told you already. All right. Well, I'm going home. Who's that?
そうで、
Don't click that thing at me.
駅まで来たけれど。
Back at the station, but
一体何の用だ。
yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Not listed. Also, it's even people that are just like rando. Well, while that he's still over there, like clicking at me. Look, he's staring at me. He's clicking. Even when the focus isn't on him, he's getting ready to kill me. I don't like that at all. I have another voice actor. Enjoy this tune. All right. What do you want? Shit. What do you know?
綾代家について何かご存知です
Your
か？
family.
この村に住んどれば
Live in this village.
嫌でも
You
耳
can
に入っ
really
てく
dodge
る
the
で
topic.
昔
Never
か
heard
ら
anything
あ
good
ま
about
りいい
them.
話は聞かんがね。もう亡くなったが、
Died a
キ
while
クさん
back,
の旦那
but
は
I heard
昔
Miss Kiku's
かなり
husband
悪
was
どいこと
involved
を
in
や
some
っていたそうだ
shady
で、
business.
恨みに思っている人
I
も
wouldn't be
少
surprised
な
if
く
there
ねえ
were
だろう。
grudges against him.
自殺した家族の
Her
話を
entire
聞いたこ
family
とがあ
died
る
by
んだよ。
suicide because of him. Oh,
自殺した家
died
族。
by suicide because of Kiku's late husband?
綾代家について
I've
は
heard bad stuff about them.
昔
Things
か
like
ら
Miss
あまりい
Kiku's
い
husband
話
being
は
involved in
恨み
shady
に思ってい
business.
る人も少な
I'd be
くねえ
surprised
だ
if
ろ
there
う。
were grudges. What about that legend?
この村の伝説なのですが、
How about the legend of this village?
待った待った。
Hang on a second.
あんた、
I would stay
あん
away
ま
from
り
them if I
嗅
were
ぎ回
you.
らねえ方がいい
This
だよ。
Kiku might rise from the
キクさ
grave
ん
and
が
come
蘇
after
って
you.
来られるかもしれねえだで。
Damn, no thank you.
キクさんは殺されたに違えねえだ。
Kiku was murdered.
今にきっと
I bet
蘇
she's
っ
gonna
て
come
きな
back
さ
from
る
the
で。
grave. Better be careful,
あん
kid.
たも気をつけなされや。
Uh-oh. People like they're really look around.
駅の向こうに見える
Who's
の
the
は
mountain over there? It's called
Jum
Jum
Jumington.
Mountain. It overlooks the whole village.
この村の住
He
人だろ
must
う
be a
か。
local. He's looking at me with curiosity. Ashtray.
灰皿はいっぱい
The
持って
ashtray
る。
is full. Is there a lot of smokers here? Must be. Cigarette vending machine. Don't see those around much. Well, at least not where I'm at.
僕は買うことができない。
Cigarette vending machine. No thanks. You got the right idea, kiddo. What is this? Boo. eyes. Boo! And a TV. I don't know. Can't search it for anything, but just curious. What it could possibly be. Seems like a banner for a shop in the village. Ooh. All right. Well, let's talk to the station clerk. Yeah. Tobacco. Yeah, I mean that's what they call it. Tobacco. Excuse me.
何のご用ですか?
This guy, his crazy eyes, and he looks like a murderous automaton. Tell me about the legend.
もちろん知っていますよ。
The legend really freaks
恐
people
ろ
out.
しい言い伝えです。場所はもう教えてあげたではありません。
All right, fair enough. Damn. Station clerk. Taking his job seriously. Tell me what you know. Have you noticed anything unusual lately?
いえ、特に
I
は。
wouldn't say so.
でもどうしてそんなことを聞くんです?
Are you investigating
もしかして
his death by chance?
キクさんについて
What if I am?
キクさんが殺されたって本当ですか? 村の人たちはそう言ってますけど。
Is it true that Kiku was murdered? That's what the villagers are saying.
ただの噂ですよ。
It's just a rumor. Don't take it seriously. Hmm.
一体何の用だ?
Tell me what
キ
everything
ク
you
さん
know.
は殺されたに違えねえだ。今に
Okay.
駅の向こうに見えるのは路地。
綾代家については恨みに思っている人も。
Uh-huh. No, I gotcha.
あんた
I would
あ
stay
ん
away
ま
from
り
you.
嗅ぎ回らねえ方がいいだ
Never
よ。
even come after you. Okay.
すみません。
Excuse me.
何のご用ですか?
駅の向こうに見える
It's
山
really
は
mountain over there.
路
It's
地。
a mountain. Okay. Gotta be something else.
ご用でしたらこちらで受けたま
I can try and help. No, that's right. I just want to rifle through your desk.
何か書かれているけど。
Written down there, but it's faded. I can't read it.
Hmm. もちろん知っていますよ。
Yep. Well, what do you know?
キクさんが殺されたって本当ですか?
That's what the villagers are saying. Remember.
そうそう。
That's right.
綾代
Talked
家
to
の
the
お手伝い
housekeeper
から
back at the
話を聞
mansion
かなきゃ。
county, was it? I wonder if she's
ど
back.
こかに出かけていたの
She's
が
out somewhere. Maybe the station clerk
駅員の
has seen her.
姿を見て。
Aha! Tell me.
ここに集まっている人たちに絡まれて伝説がどうのって言われて困っていたようでしたね。あの人たち綾代家についていろいろと噂してるんですよ。気味の悪いこともで。
No, who would? Would you get tired of creepy tales? I know I wouldn't. Anymore. Although I've never been harassed over creepy tales, so. Let's see.
ここに集まっている人たちに絡まれて場所
Okay. Oh, let's talk to the nearby people. I'm like, Akane, that piece of crap.
一体何の用だ。
なんだよだ。Tell me.
綾代家のお手伝いに
Something happened
何かおっしゃったん
to
で
a
すか。
family's housekeeper. We killed her.
わしらはあの子を心配してお
We're
る
just
だけ
worried
や。
about her is all. I don't like the sound of that.
明るい性
She
格じゃっ
was
たの
always so
に、
cheerful, but ever since
キクさん
Miss
が亡くなられ
Kiko
て
passed,
から
she's
は
been terribly
すっ
depressed.
かり沈み込んでしまったようじゃからの。
I mean, like, Miss Kiko just recently passed away, right? And it's like, man, she seems so down. Don't know what it could be. I don't know, maybe she's sad that this person died? Could be. Nah, that ain't it. Because they're evil.
恐ろしい目に遭う前に、
That were her. I'd move
あ
on
の
and
屋
start
敷を
away.
出た方が
Who knows what
あ
can
の
happen
子
to
の
her?
ためじゃ。
All right.
明るい性格じゃったのに、キクさんが亡くなられてからはすっかり沈み込んでしまったようじゃの。
He always looks so agonizing over the questions. All right. Villager. Uh-huh. Back to the station, clerk.
すみません。
何のご用だ。
All right.
綾代家のお手伝いならさっきここを通っ
just
て
passed by a moment ago.
綾
She
代
was
家の
headed
方へ
back
行き
to
ました
the
よ。
Heir residence. Great. Peace out, Holmes. Keep your clickety clacks elsewhere. Get in there.
あ、お帰りなさいませ。
Welcome back, Sir
茜
Jumington.
が戻ってまいりましたよ。
Akane has returned. Excellent. I would like to talk about Akane, please.
茜でしたら、
I think Akane
キク
is
様
in
の
Mr.
寝
Kiku's
室にいるは
bedroom.
ずです。
Should move out of that house. She doesn't even have dots or a voice box. She's only got the tier 1 flashlight. She's done for. To the
で
bedroom.
は、こちらへ。
You know, it's bad enough when it was just like travel with this butler, this older butler, this 76-year-old butler to the bedroom. I can make a lot of crude jokes about that. I'm not going to do it. But now it's like, go meet the, young housekeeper at the bedroom. It just,
こちらが茜です。
it just all sounds bad. Mr. Jumington, this is Akane.
お手伝いの茜です。
Hello. Akane desu.
はじめまして。宇津木探偵事務所の者です。
Utsugi Detective
よろしくお願い
Agency.
します。
I'd just like to ask.
はい。
Yes.
でも私など
I
が
don't know if I
お
can be
役
of
に
any
立てるか
use.
どうか。
Do you remember anything? Okay. He came over and be like, "You're the one who pushed me off the cliff." Examine her.
何かにひどく
She
怯
seems
えてい
very
るようにも
disturbed.
見えるが。
Call the cops.
辛いでしょうけど、
What is it
亡くな
easy?
っている
Can
キ
you
クさん
try
を
and tell me
発
about
見
the
され
night
た時のこ
you
とを
found Miss Kiku's
話して
body?
いただけますか？
はい。
Well, I suppose so.
あの日
The
奥様が
mistress hadn't
な
left
か
her
なか
room.
起きていらっしゃらな
I
いの
came
で
to check on her, but
ご様子を見に
by then
こ
she
こへ
had
来た。
already.
遺言書の公開の
It
日
was the day she
お
announced her
休み
will.
になられて間もな
Dr.
く
Kumada said she
発作を
died
起
of
こされ
heart
たらし
failure
いと
shortly after
熊
falling
田先
asleep.
生がおっしゃっていました。
Hmm.
私さえ気をつ
If
けていれ
only
ば
I had noticed.
茜さんが責任を感じる
I
こ
don't
と
think
で
it's
はないと
something
思
you
いま
should
す。
feel guilty about.
でも
But. Wow. She's troubled. Troubled individual.
私さえ
If
気を
only I
つけて
had
いれば
noticed.
ご存知の
As
通
you
り
know, he's the
このお
butler
屋
of this
敷の
mansion.
執事をなさっています。遺言書の公開が終わ
Today
った
she
後
announced her will.
寝
Dr.
室へ
Kamada
戻ら
said
れ
she
て
died
間
of
もな
heart
く
failure shortly
発
after
作を起
falling
こされた
asleep.
らしいと。
What do you know?
そういえば
Come to
遺
think of
言
it,
公開の日
when everyone had
皆
gathered in the
様
living room, I
今の方
saw
へ集まってらっ
Sir
しゃる時
Akira
に
out in the
庭
yard.
でアキラ様を見ました。
Who is Akira? Beyond, you know, some kind of messianic figure, kid with psychic power. I don't think that's what's going on here. It's a common name.
アキラ様？
Akira?
声をかけようとすると
Oh, look at that
驚いて
haircut.
どこかへ行ってしまわれたのです。
Tried to say hello, but I startled him.
されたの
He
か
walked
しら。
off. I wonder what he was doing. Man, it looks like he's stealing something. Look at that hairdo on that guy. That's a pretty good. Oh, I don't see his name listed here. Why don't I see his name listed here? Why is it here? I need to know. I need to know who the voice is. All right. All right. All right. All right. It's quite a pompadour. Yeah. He looks like he is up to no good.
善蔵さんは
Senzo told
この
me
屋
that
敷
he,
には
Kanji,
幹事さん、
Jiro, Azusa,
ジロ
and
ーさん、
Kane were the only
あずさ
people in the mansion at
善
that
蔵さ
time.
ん、それにお手伝いの茜さんしかいないと言っていたはずだ。
And yet, here's this Bozozuka. Tell me.
アキラさんというのは
Who's
誰なんですか？
Akira?
幹事様の
Oh,
息子
he's
さんで
Sir
す。
Kanji's son. He goes
時
in
々
and
こ
out
のお
of
部屋
this
に
room
出入
from
りさ
time
れ
to
ていま
time.
した。
Well, there's like, just keeps getting more and more suspicious here. Like, yeah, he was skulking around with a box of something. I couldn't tell what. Yeah, he's coming in and out of the dead person's room throughout the day. Nothing weird there. Tell me what else you know.
遺言公開の
On the
日
day she announced her
皆
will, when
様
everyone
今
had
の方へ
gathered the
集まって
hall.
らっしゃる時に
Sir Akira out in the yard. Okay. Can I look through a bunch of stuff? Anything else?
アキラ様は
Sir Akira,
幹事様の
Kanji's
息子
son,
さん
goes
です。
in on this room from time to time. Okay. Just give another pass here.
私さえ
Well, I noticed. Okay.
ご存知の通り。
About this mission, okay. All right, well, might as well. Looking around, books. Check them out. Worried about cars and stars playing their guitars. Cops at work hard, patrolling the boulevard. The white tramp and his craziest pal. Books. Check them out. Well.
この本だけ放り出されている。
Off the shelf. I wonder if she was reading it. What is the book? Look in the book. Okay. Give me the butler.
はい。
I
ど
just
うい
saw
った
something
ご
on the
用
floor
でしょう
behind
か
him. Yes. How can I help you? Why didn't you tell
ア
me?
キラさんも来ていたんで
Did
すか？
Akira visit that day too?
アキラ様があの
Was
日
your Akira
こ
visiting
こへ
that
で
day?
すか？
I don't
私
remember.
は存じませんでしたが。
Likely story. Oh.
おや、電話がかかってまいりました。
I'll be right back. Finally, I can look upon the splotch. What could it be?
おや、畳が焦げているぞ。
The tatami mat is burned. And what could cause a burn like that? Acid. What's got acid inside of it? Xenomorph. You got a real classic xenomorph case here. Heart failure? No. No, that was a chest burster, my friend. Symptoms are very similar. And if to the untrained eye, it may seem like heart failure. You know, the failure to not explode out of your chest. But no, it's a chest burster. Game over indeed. It could be anywhere now. This place is mostly made of wood and paper. That thing's just gonna chew through it like a hot knife through butter. How do I like, I don't know, declare the killer? It's like in Wheel of Fortune. I'd like to solve the puzzle. I'd like to solve the murder now. It was an extraterrestrial. You see, the family was involved in experiments from a downed alien spacecraft they found in 1937, containing the eggs of a creature that uses a human body for its gestation period. They were using it for pharmaceutical research purposes. This is a crossover that you never expected. Oh!
お話の途中
I'm
に
sorry for
失礼
leading
いた
the
しました。
conversation, Sir Jumington.
お電話は
I
あ
was
ゆ
on
み
the
様
phone
から
with
でした。
Sayumi. She
一度
asked for you
事
to
務所の
return to
方
the
へ
office
お
at
戻り
once.
くださいとのことで。
あ、そうでしたか。
Oh, okay.
ありがとう
Oh,
ござい
thank
ま
you,
す。
Mr. Zenzo. I would like to continue looking at the burn mark.
畳が焦げ
I
てい
wonder
る。
how the tatami mat got burned. I feel like, hopefully that was what I was supposed to look at, because I had like one chance to look at what is behind this man. The burn. I could call Akane in here. She's
畳が焦げていますが、
I don't know.
あれ
This
はどうして
tatami
その
mat
まま
was
なんですか？
burned. Do you know why it hasn't been repaired? We're lazy.
え？
Oh, is it?
焦げている？はて、
Hmm,
いつできたのでしょうか？
I had noticed
今
until
まで
now.
気づきま
I
せん
mean,
で
I
した
should be
が。
fair to this guy. He's 76. Now, I'm not saying that a 76-year-old is, you know, incapable of handling the butlering job, right? I'm sure this guy, he's still alive, and his boss, who's only 2 years older, is dead. So he's doing something right? Unless he's going to die in 2 years. I don't know. But I am just saying, he should be retired now, right? And so I really shouldn't be too harsh on this guy not remembering stuff, unless it's all an act. Unless this is all a carefully crafted act. Well, I'm just a forgetful old man who has a gun. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get you. They get you to turn their back. Like, oh, just turn around, Sonny. I need to get my hard candy. And then they're beating you over the back of the head with a sock full of rocks, shoving you off the edge of a cliff. It's only because of their bad eyesight that they aimed for the wrong side, tossed you in the grass, not realizing it was into the ocean. Suspect number 1. He's gonna take off that fake mustache, and it's gonna be like nothing but like young, virile upper lip under that. And he'll be like, I've only pretended to be elderly with the mustache. Everywhere else is old, but under the mustache, it's still young. I used my special protective mustache to keep it young. And I couldn't let anyone learn my secret, so I had to kill them. I don't know what that would have to do with any of it. I like his mustache, and I want to know if it's removable so that I could take that when the opportunity comes. I have the take command. I would like to take his mustache. Add it to my collection.
そうですか。
Oh. Well, what if I ask Akane?
何かご用でしょうか？
You seem to know about this burn. Look at that face. That's the face of guilt.
茜さん。
Akane? Uh-oh.
どうしたんだ？
What's the matter?
ひどく怯えているようだけど。
What was that? Look, mustache. Take mustache. Steal mustache. Pull mustache. What do you know? I'll give you one last chance to tell me. She seemed freaked out, like haunted house freaked out about that. Well, I guess we're off to the office. Seems like this is all I can get for now. Amy's waiting, so I'll head back to the office.
全蔵さん、今日のところはこれで失礼します。
So I think I'm gonna call it a day.
さようでございますか。
That's so.
私めの取り越し苦労やもしれませんが。
Look, I can't solve the case in 5 minutes, bud. Come on.
どうぞよろしく
I hope you can get
お
to the
願
bottom
いい
of
た
this
しま
soon.
す。
Y'all real suspicious. Like all of y'all. Every single person I've met here. Except for that villager. The villager's the only non-suspicious person. He's pretty clear. He's just, you know, kind of ignorant, superstitious fool who's likely to stab one of these people in the street thinking that, like, oh no, it's a ghost. I have to kill this person. Like the people in Devilman Crybaby who chopped those people up and were like parading their body parts around. It's like that. Like, oh no, we gotta get them before they get us. Like, the villagers are just, you know, at least that guy. I don't know if he's representative of the whole village. They're just dumb. But the rest of these people, they all got some kind of secret. They're all hiding something. But I guarantee, like, most of what we experience now, it's like, why is she upset about that? Well, she probably, like, dropped something here or has, like, maybe she's having, like, a secret tryst with Akira and they were, like, smoking in here, you know? And then they, like, spilled the ashtray or who knows what. You know, maybe she's the xenomorph. I don't know. But we'll get to the bottom of it. As long as we'll get to the bottom of, as long as this is a game that I cannot fail. Because if it's a game I can fail, we'll never find the answer. I'll never succeed. Hey, did you figure anything out at Mugen Village? I was curious, so I called to check in. I was this close to closing the case and you interrupted.
なんだ、そんなことか。
Oh, is that why you called?
なんだとは失礼ね。一度行方不明になったんだから心配して当然でしょ。
Anything better to do?
そうだね。
Sorry.
ごめん、ありがと
う。それでどうなの？
Oh, tell me.
ここまで分かったことを整理して推理してみたいんだ。手伝ってくれるかな？
Help me.
ええ、もちろんよ。
Yes, of course. Remember,
なぜあの村に行っていたのか。
I was visiting the
そこまでは思い出せたんだけど。
Speculate.
僕が依頼されていたのは、綾代商事の会長、綾代菊の死についての調査だった。
その途中であなたは事故に遭って記憶を失ったのね。
依頼人は菊の突然の死に疑問を持った綾代家の執事だ。菊は 遺言公開の当日に死亡したという。
I can understand why the butler was
確
suspicious.
かに執事が不審に思うのもうなずける。
It's right to be suspicious.
遺言公開には
People present
菊
were
の
Kiku's
甥と
nephews
姪
and
にあた
niece,
る綾代幹
Kanji
事
and
と
Jiro
次
Ayashiro
郎、そして春日
Kazuga.
あずさが立ち会ったらしい。幹事の息子
Kanji's
綾
son,
代明
Hiro
という
Ayashiro,
男が
supposedly visited
公
that
開
day
の当
too.
日に屋敷に
Was
来て
this
いたら
mere
しいが、
coincidence?
偶然なんだろうか。今のところ菊
Apparently,
の
the
死因
cause
は
of Kiku's death
心
was
不
heart
全以外に
failure,
考えられないようだけど。
確かに
but her death
菊の
does
死
seem a
に
little
は不
out
自
of
然
the
なものを
blue.
感じるわね。
遺言書には
I'm sure the
菊
will
が
contained the
残す遺
details
産
of
や
her assets
権
and
利
who
の相
inherits
続に
them,
ついて書かれていたんだろうね。
そうね。
which means
となると綾代商事のことを
we'll
調
have
べ
to
る必要があ
investigate
り
the
そう
Ayashiro
ね。
Corporation.
それは
I'll take care of
私が
that.
引き受けるわ。
Good.
だからあなたは綾代家に行っ
You
て
should go back to
も
the
っと
Ayashiro
詳しく
family's
調査
home
して
and
きて
see
ね。
what else you can uncover there.
ありがとう、エミちゃん。
Thanks, Amy. I mean, I have
失
all
っ
of
た
my
記憶は
memories
完
back,
全じゃない
but
けど、
I'll do my best.
頑張らなきゃね。
でも今日はもう遅いから
It's getting up.
調査
Let's
再
get
開
some
は明
rest
日に
and
し
start
まし
bright
ょ
and
う。
early tomorrow.
今日はいろいろありすぎ
She's
て。
right. I'm
さ
totally
すがに
beat.
くたく
We
た
should
だ。
take it easy for the rest of the
ゆっ
night.
くり休んで、
Prep for tomorrow.
明日に備えよう。
He's got to get his audio player. Let's turn and repeat. Go ride a subway for a few hours. Complain about his dead mom to his uncaring father. Get swallowed by some alien menace. Get mind broken, get spit out, dissolve within the tank. Normal stuff. Normal kid detective stuff. Getting his giant robot, battle giant monsters. Like most kid detective stuff.
おはよう。私は早速綾代商事の調査を始めるわ。
うん、頼むよ。僕はすぐに明神村に向かう。遺言書の内容、それにアキラという人物、調べない。ひとまず綾代家の人々にアキラや遺言書について聞いてみることにするよ。
気をつけてね。
Sounds good.
間違
Just be
って
careful,
も
okay?
また
You better
崖から
not
落
fall
ちた
off
り
a
し
cliff
ないで
again.
よ。
They're all like, my eyes, and all just kind of dancing around the issue of obviously somebody tried to kill me. I just tripped.
おや、おはようございます。今日もやっぱりいらしたんですね。
Again, huh? This guy.
噂で聞
He's
きましたよ。
nefarious.
あ
I'm
なた
telling you.
探偵なんでしょ。
You're
キ
Jeff,
クさ
right?
んについて
You're
調べ
looking
てる
into
んです
Miss
か。
Kiku? I'm gonna explain this like twice.
まあ。
Yeah, kind of.
やっぱりキク
Is it
さん
true? Was
殺されたんでしょう
murdered?
か。
I already did talk.
もちろん知っていますよ。
Such a creepy
恐
legend.
ろしい。
Doesn't ring a
聞か
bell.
ない名前ですね。
Yeah, right? Anything new to be examined here? What do you?
い
Anything new?
きなりそう言われましても。
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. We talked to the simple folk.
何か用かの。
None I can. Like slightly more pleasant than it was yesterday. Tell me about Akira.
アキラ
Who's that?
誰じゃそりゃ。時々柄の悪そうな男
Shady
が来と
looking
ったよ
visitor
うじゃ
recently.
が。
Talking about him?
そいつかの。
Hey, even this guy knows he's shady. Tell me what you know.
すべては満月
All
の
will
夜
be
にわか
revealed
るだ。
the night of the next full moon. What?
満月の夜。
Night of the full moon.
そうだって。
That's right. The night
満
of the
月
full
の
moon.
夜だ。
What is that? Is it some kind
す
of...
べては満月の夜にわかるだ。
Is that the legend or is this...
すべては満月の夜にわかる。
Okay. Goodbye, buddy. Wow. I take it back. That guy's...
何のご用ですか?
I don't like any of these people now.
もちろん知って。
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go. That's that's a little frightening. All will be revealed the night of the next full moon. Don't worry about what that is. You know. That guy's gonna kill somebody. Guaranteed.
おはようございます。
Good morning, Mr. Zanzao.
おはようございます。
Good morning, Sir Jumington.
今に幹事様がお見えです。
Kanji is in the living room.
ご紹介
I'll
をいた
introduce
し
you
ます
to
ので
him. Please
どうぞ。
follow me. Dozo.
綾代幹事さん。
Kanji Hayashiro.
菊さんの甥だったな。
Kiku's nephew. I'm preemptively looking up the voice for that. I don't recognize him. That's not saying much. Yeah, like a lot of video game stuff. Oh, that's weird. All right. Legend. Okay. You don't have anything. What time we got? Alright. Well, I don't know how much how far I've gotten in this. You know, quite a bit of time. But my tummy is rumbling. So I'm gonna head out for the evening. I gotta get up early in the morning to deliver some flesh to an appointment. Not mine, somebody else's. Not in the way that sounds way worse. I'm driving someone to a doctor's appointment. I'll stop being a cage bat. I gotta drive someone to a doctor's appointment. I got a lot of driving I gotta do tomorrow. Trying to be mysterious about it, and it just sounded like I'm involved in some sort of terrible criminal enterprise, and it's not. No, that's not. There could be other criminal enterprises. I'm not gonna get into those now. Anyway, so this has been fun. I see one like on the video. Let me know if you want me to continue on this. Ostensibly, I'm putting it back on the schedule for next week. I'm enjoying it, and I would like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I hope I could get a little bit further in one evening, but I am fine with taking my time on it and rolling through. Next week, I should not have to. Well, so far, I don't have anything going on next week that would preclude me from playing this a little bit later. That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes I gotta get up early and I can't get going. You gotta call it when you can, otherwise you get hooked in, and the next thing you know, it's 3 in the morning and your mind is gone. And you're just cycling between the same 2 dialogue choices over and over again because you read what it says, it doesn't make sense, and you forget it as soon as it's off the screen. So I'd rather not get to that point. So thanks as always for hanging out with me and watching. I hope you enjoyed. Highly recommend this so far. It's pretty fun. You know, it's just like, I know these kind of games aren't for everybody. I totally get that. Totally understand that. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. I'm like really excited over the voice actors in this. I really like the artwork they did for it, the musical upgrades. It's been interesting so far. So I'm hopeful that once we dig a little bit more into it, there'll be some more like decisions to come up on things. We did see a little bit, but so far it's just like, what do you got to go back for? I don't mind if that's it, but we'll see. Hope I don't scratch my mystery itch for a little bit. Tomorrow, I'll be back with Resident Evil. What will probably be, I don't know. I'm guessing we'll finish Resident Evil 2 tomorrow. It seems like it. That's based on what Scenario A, about where Scenario A was. But who knows? Who knows? I may not. But I'll be playing it tomorrow anyway. Playing Resident Evil. Phasmophobia Wednesday. Yeah, Phasmophobia Wednesday. And then Kingpin. I was really going to play that instead of Max Payne 2. I'm going to play it a while ago, and I loaded it up to test it out, and I got so disgusted at the weirdness of the default control scheme that I like kicked it down the road. Like, no, I'm not playing that this week. I'm playing something else. But I'm coming back to it because I paid good money for that game at some point in my life. At some point I had, so I still have it. I'm gonna play it. We're doing it. I'm gonna dig through that nightmare scenario. In my testing, I got beaten by people right at the start because I talked to them wrong and some rats killed me. So it'll be fun. So that's what we got going on this week. Hope to see you around for some of them, all of them, every of the stream, any of them you care to view. If you like the videos, we'll leave that like, shoot some comments, whatever, what have you, or don't. It is entirely up to you. I both simultaneously feel the need to mention that, and also am like disgusted at mentioning that. I feel like if you're on this site, you know the deal. You don't need me to beg for that stuff, but it is what it is. All right, well, I'm going to go before this hypnotic tune drives me any further insane. See y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with me. So long, everybody. Goodbye. I need to get back to my menu screen so I can actually... Goodbye.